we're gonna finish off Shizune's route today. Oh shit, I forgot about tags. I guess while I wait for people to come on, I can mess with the tags. Yeah, so far I really like cute. That's good. Alright. How do I sound? Am I too loud? That's good. Alright. Spread out to link. Channel. Link address. Alright. Let's get started. I want to get this out of the way so I can at least, get shit done today. Right. So. Oh, right. I put the stream in there. With that, Shizune starts slowly tiptoeing through the middle of the hall. I pat her on the shoulder to get her attention. That's not stealthy. Why'd I have to be stealthy? She refuses to answer, probably because signing and walking stealthily at the same time doesn't look easy. Before I know it, we're in front of our homeroom. So it sounds like a crowd of whispers there, followed by a familiar expression of frustration. I'm sure something like that isn't good for my heart, not to mention everything sounds about a million times louder with how silent it is. It's coming from inside the room, and I sidle up to Shizune to get a look inside. Hold on. I had to blow up my nose. Can you stop throwing your pencil, please? How do you even throw a pencil that loudly? He looks very flustered. What an understatement. I sympathized with Mito. I was able to hear Misha's pen break the sound barrier even through a wall in a thick classroom door. probably blew out his eardrums and left an imprint on the wall. Not throwing it. When I get nervous, I like to spin it around, but then I forget I'm holding on to it and... Doesn't matter. Either way, there shouldn't be pencils flying around. I get enough of that during regular school hours. I don't need it after hours. Right, sorry. Whatever, just stop throwing, releasing, or dropping things, please. Teachers have work, too. Notice Shizune watching the same scene as I am. Muto is yelling at the top of his lungs, and Misha's being Misha. I can hear them reasonably well through the door, but Shizune obviously can't hear anything, so I wonder what watching this is like for her. She must know, since she understands well enough to want me to see it too, but I have to wonder if she ever feels like she's missing out on something, having to work that much harder to understand what she's observing. Looks like she's taking some memory lessons. Is she? Yeah. And despite knowing the question is completely rhetorical. Misha told me she wants to be a sign language teacher in the future. She can get a recommendation. She can study overseas for it. That's why she's working so hard. Her grades were always kind of on the low side. Ah! Welcome, Deathwave. Now I feel guilty. I haven't even thought about what I'm going to do yet. Neither have I. Different way she signs is very unlike her, and is very obviously false. Let's get out of here. We don't want to be seen. It would be a problem if we were caught sitting out here like idiots. Where? The student council room? Shaking her head, she slides into non-existence. He's into the classroom across the hall instead. Great hiding place. We gonna bang here too? You're unusually sarcastic lately. With the door closed, it's a good one. Anyway, wasn't it interesting? Yes, but I'm not really surprised. The girls are behind us, prompting Shizune to laugh soundlessly as she slides into a chair. For a second, it depresses me. I want to hear her real laugh. I've been looking down on Misha. I didn't think she had a goal at all. But turns out I was wrong. I made a careless assumption. I thought Misha was as aimless as I was. I was stupid. I lost. She pauses to crack her knuckles, then folds her hand over each other and leans forward in their chair. In the abnormal quiet of the building, I can hear Muto yelling at Misha again, even across the hall and through two doors. Shizune's eyes are locked on mine, unblinking behind the gleaming lenses of her glasses, observing my reaction to her words. This is a test. Her opinion of people is rarely foreign from how they respond to questions. It's how they respond to statements that counts. In hindsight, it makes sense. Shizune's inability to speak, as well as just her personality. Gonna be sliding to DMs again in the second time a day. Get the Kirby ready. As well as just her personality in general means that anything she says is a big commitment on her part. Everything. For that reason, I sometimes doubt she says anything without a hidden agenda behind it. That sounds remarkably paranoid. Even Kenji would think so. Fortunately, I'm so caught up in thinking about it that I forget to give her an answer. She takes it as there not being one. There was an invisible time limit to this test, shorter than usual. Just as I thought. What do you mean? You don't agree? Not really. It's not that. I don't get it. I want to force my will on people. How refreshingly honest. Don't give me a weird look like that. It's not like that was always my intention. At first, I was just bored. I wanted to see someone's passion for something. Then I could try and beat them. I wanted to test their ability or their convictions. But it was impossible. No one has any passion for anything in the school. They just want to keep to themselves. I can't believe it. It's too boring that way. I thought there was no way these drab people could be for real. It goes beyond not wanting to make waves. They had to have some interests. They had to be hiding something. I want to expose it and reveal it and drag it out. One of the most successful ways to get people to open up to you and cheer them up is to open up with a story about yourself, and you ease them into telling you about themselves. It's like give and take, but with an element of manipulation, which makes it interesting. I can't do that. If I attempt to have Misha talk about me for me, it makes me seem arrogant. The message has to go through a messenger. I'm standing next to Misha, telling her to tell someone about me. You don't have to be able to read sign language to see that. If I were forced to sit through that, I would think I was arrogant too. I was frustrated. I couldn't figure out a way to have a conversation with anyone but Misha. No one would open up to me. I came to the conclusion that I can't make people confide in me or believe in me. I can only hope to create things and show them to people and hope they make them happy. Or I can be more forceful and hope it would eventually stick to someone. I guess that would be me. Feels vaguely depressing. Somewhere along the line, I think I started to ignore Misha, or see her as less of a person, or something like that. I took it for granted. I think would be the best way to put it. It was like she was just an extension of myself. I forgot that the whole time Misha was there, opening up to me and giving 100% every day. I haven't watched that yet, Deathwave. I missed what I was looking for because it was in plain sight. How stupid of me. I really did become arrogant. That's why I've lost. I'm more short-sighted than I was back then. I went in reverse. She's pacing back and forth. She's pacing back and forth now. Almost brooding. It's still filled with so much energy that she can't stand to stop moving. If you had to hold 2 wires, I'm sure Shizune could power a light bulb. It's odd that I can have such a light-hearted thought while she's being so serious. In spite of that, Misha tells me that I'm her inspiration. Isn't that ridiculous? I'm not the kind of person who can inspire others. Even if a person who inspires you is flawed, it can be acceptable. I thought about this. There is even acceptable hypocrisy. For instance, if your hero was an athlete but unsportsmanlike, they could still be respected for their athletic ability, even if they had shortcomings as a person. However, she snaps her fingers briskly. It sounds like a thunderclap in the empty room, and Shizune takes a few seconds to stretch her fingers. Come think of it, this is the most she has ever signed. If someone like me has no goals, it'd be totally unacceptable. It'd be the worst kind of hypocrisy. And hypocrites don't deserve responsibility over anything. They can't even manage themselves. How incredibly pessimistic. It makes me angry to think about it. I would hate myself just a few months ago. This must be how I look to others. And funny enough, it was Shizune and Misha who convinced me to stop. Without them, I'm sure things would be much different, and not for the better. It depends on the girl, my man. Yeah, it feels though we pass around our miseries as much as we're supported by each other. But I think it just comes with the territory of having friends and being close to someone. You're the leader anyway. That's only because no one else wants to be. But that means you still are, since people are putting their trust in you anyway. In fact, doesn't that make it more important? Either way, you are the leader. You are the inspirational figure, or whatever you want to call it. You are responsible for what you attain. I read that in a book somewhere. That's clever. Shizune seems to show what she's feeling on her face when she wants to, but I don't think she's being sarcastic. I don't want to tame anyone, though. Being the leader and being looked up to, then. Same thing. I never wanted to be the leader, it just ends up that way. I don't believe that. All you do is try to grab more and more responsibility. Wait. I wasn't going to tell you that I don't enjoy it. I don't care about being the leader, but I don't mind. I don't care about being the best, but I don't mind. You're right, though, about me wanting responsibility. Of course I want more responsibility. Having responsibility makes me feel alive. That's why I joined the student council. If there's no pressure, I just can't stand it. Even so, now I'm the leader. I always thought being the leader meant you give orders, but it really is more. It's about having a goal. If I don't have a goal, then it's pointless. People would only be following me for my own enjoyment. It would be selfish. It's a vaguely moral viewpoint for a person who seems to love one-upping others so much. Resting her chin on her tender fingers, Shizune looks disarmingly childish as she thinks hard about her problem. The expression on her face is a little comical because it's too obvious and therefore very unlike her. It comes with the job. I think you'd have to be a leader. You wouldn't be satisfied with anything else. You'd just get bored. Shizune doesn't reply, but from her annoyed expression, I think I've guessed correctly. I've been thinking that I need a little direction too. Were you told that it's important to contribute to society? What an unusual response. It's so out of nowhere that I don't know how to respond. It also bothers me, but I don't know why. Possibly because it didn't seem like something that would come from her. So I just think that it isn't Shizune's thought at all. I wonder who told her that. Well, it was probably her dad, but there's a chance that she came up with it on her own. If so, would it be because she can't hear? Why do you say that? Just because. I don't believe it. I guess that's right, though. I see. I don't know if it's the same for me. I hate it. I hate it. I guess say, like, you'd have to say, I don't like it, just really, like, hate it. That's what I say in ASL. I think everyone wants a purpose. Looking back, it makes sense that Shizune doesn't have one. All the energy would otherwise have been directed at something. Since she had nothing to channel it towards, Shizune lashed out in all directions. Reminds me of a downed power line flailing in the storm. Furious and incandescent, but aimless and dangerous, just like Shizune. Still sneaky mission. I want to say that this is why she feels the need to turn everything into a competition, but that's probably just how she is. Having a goal to put that energy towards is just the next level. How about this? I could go into business. My family is well connected, so it shouldn't be too hard. That comes off sounding a little unethical and nepotistic, doesn't it? A little. I won't coast though. I'll work hard until I'm at the very apex. I have as much money as possible, so much that it'll be like I won't know what to do with it. I'll move on to the next step. After sitting on it for a while, of course, like a fairy tale dragon. You want to be a philanthropist? What were you thinking? That I want to be a miser? Well, it's true. It is part of the plan. Don't sell me short and stop there. Don't sell me short and stop there, though. She still looks uneasy. Of course, even if she did seem to resolve her problem quickly, no one can get over their anxieties that fast. No one can solve their problems that easily. The important thing is, it looks as though she has her heart set on trying. It's still hard to tell whether that drive of hers comes from a good or bad place. But she has something to hold on to now. I can genuinely believe that she does. I'm happy for her. At the same time, I feel a little cold. I'm the one who's behind. Now, I'm the only one without a goal. Why not join her? You could be her interpreter. There haven't been any further discussions since that week. Of course, that's what I thought the week before that. Wait. Infinity. And beyond. Of course, that's what I thought the week before that, and Shizune Misha's sudden, newfound clarity had left me feeling a little lost and envious. I thought there was no way I could rest easy at the time. But fortunately, nothing came of my worries. Then before I knew it, there was enough to deal with in school that I even managed to put them off my mind. And still, everything was fine. I was wrong. I'd seen Shizune Misha's carefully hidden vulnerabilities, but they were still strong. Now we're going to be graduating soon. Everyone's so comfortable here that it kind of crept up on me. When it did, I felt sad and didn't want to think about it, so I didn't. Not until recently. About a week ago, I started making a list of people I thought I should say goodbye to before graduation. The first rule I laid out for myself was that I would try not to write them down in any kind of special order, like least important to most important. Somehow, it ended up like that anyway. Even though it also ended up being a shorter list than I expected it to be. Kenji is somewhere in the middle. Instead of I have to graduate eventually, well, I showed them. I've lived here rent-free for more than long enough. If you take into account the rising cost of land, I think you could have one in the end. No, you know what? I did win. History will acknowledge me as the victor. Victor of what? I managed to stay out of sight and slip through the cracks. I beat the system. If you put it that way, it sounds like you just ran away from the system. Sometimes, running is the greatest form of victory, like in the Olympics. Too tired to argue with him. Who's he kidding? Everyone knows a shot put is the best Olympic event in any case. So, what you're basically saying is you won't miss it. Miss what? School, dummy. No, I told you, this place is too filled with feminists. It's beyond saving, but at least I'll be able to get out of here before it reaches critical mass. I'll only come back years later when they build a statue to honor me. Do they do the 10-year later reunion thing here? How would I know that? Probably. Anyway, I have to start packing now. Take care of yourself, man. You should have packed a week ago, like I did. Not that much to pack. That's how it goes. You're supposed to do everything at the last minute. Men are better at doing everything at the last minute. The last minute can have more productivity than, like, the entire week before. It's how we keep shit fair. Pfft, you'll never understand our manly ways. You take care of yourself, too. With a salute, he shoots backwards through the door, slamming it shut behind him, hard enough that the entire door probably heard it. I noticed a lot of people slam doors here. Maybe it's a local thing. Take care of myself. It's the first time I've heard him say it. Usually he ends our conversation with something like, see ya. I'll pay you back later, man. Well, he was a little annoying sometimes, but I'll miss him. I crossed him off my list mentally. So this is very short now, and once again discard the notion of going through it in any kind of order. Like I said, I never had that intention. So I go out to look for Shizune and Misha. I can only think of one place they would be. The student council room, of course. I would just say goodbye to them. Turning the corner, I almost bumped into a small group of students. For a second, a bitter feeling lasted through me, since for all that could have been fatal. It's new student council. There aren't a lot of them, but a lot more than 3, which is good, since it means there's enough of them that they can each have their own title. Would have been cool if I could have had a little desk plaque with my name and title on it. I don't think they do that now, or ever did, unfortunately. New student council surrounds me while I'm thinking. If anyone here were looking at this from afar, it'd be a pretty sinister sight. Maybe they have come to finally get back on me for calling them the new student council all those times. I was just translating for Shizune, but I guess I should have been less lazy and more tactful. I regret nothing. I find myself being thanked for everything I've done. Being thanked. This should make me happy, because you know how often I would think myself that being in the student council was a completely thankless job. It does make me happy, but I can't enjoy it fully. I wonder how things would have turned out if our student council had grown as large as the one that's set to replace us. Even though they've only got 2 or 3 other members, it's enough that they have set roles. Not like us, where Shizune seemed to be the president, but that was it. New council thanking me gives a strange feeling. It's like coming back home and seeing that a tree you nurtured years before has grown. But I feel like I didn't nurture that tree enough. I wonder what more I could have done. It would likely make Shizune furious that I would feel distant from what I did in student council's way, or that I imply I didn't do enough. But it's true, I was only following her. So in a way, I also feel like I'm viewing that same tree from far away, so I'm seeing it from a window of a train as it passes by. I indulged in these thoughts for too long. When I snap out of it, I realize I'm still standing there, surrounded by new student council. I do the only thing I can do, and apologize for zoning out. Then, I thank them back. When they walk away, I enter the student council room, which looks a lot messier, but seems to have gained a computer. It makes sense. I recall hearing one of the clipboard girls talking about her plans to use a computer to make all the boring data entry student does more tolerable. I can't remember which one said it though. AOA seems to be more ambitious one, but then again, Keiko appears more serious. Well, it doesn't matter now. I'm not alone in the room, but instead of finding Shizune here like I expected, it's just Misha. She's sitting on Shizune's desk like Shizune so often does, swinging her legs back and forth. When our eyes meet, she hops up and inexplicably poses like a superhero. Hi, Yu-chan. I'm surprised to see you here. What are you doing? You first. I was looking for Shizune. Me too. I thought you'd be here, but I got Hichan instead. Gee, thanks. Well, this is good. Really. I wanted to talk to you anyway. About what? I take the time to glance around the room a little more. I see a hot plate. They are really living high. I want to say sorry, of course, for all the trouble I made for you and Shichan. Don't call it trouble. Right. Don't apologize to Shizune. Right. But that isn't why I'm here, Shichan. I want to apologize to Shichan. Since you're here, I wanted to ask you a question. Shichan, what do you think it would take for Shichan to be happy? World domination, obviously. Even though you're joking, Chan. No, even if she could, it wouldn't make Shichan happy, only for a little while. Shichan, have you heard of artists who tear up their paintings as soon as they finish them? Such people really exist in the world, you know. Hi, Dodo Man. I remembered it all of a sudden. It's like... oh, shit. It's like Shichan, now that I think about it. Whenever Shichan sets up a challenge for selling a pizza, she acts like her skills have no meaning anymore. I wonder, it's because she can't create anything permanent? Just like those artists, and how they want to create a piece of art to leave behind. A really great one, but can't do it. It's really obvious when I look back at it, but I didn't see it before. Now I'm scared. I wonder if Shichan will ever be happy. No, I don't think so. Not about her ever being happy. I think you're wrong. Shizune's actually happy more often than I thought. I think it's actually kind of amazing. Usually people don't think about that kind of stuff until they're middle-aged or are dying. Then they think, I want to leave something behind, or I want to be remembered. Like me. Only I skipped ahead a little. My life was short, and seemed even shorter after my heart attack. I didn't think about what I was leaving behind, because I very quickly thought there was almost nothing I was leaving behind. So all that was left was for me to do my own business. Shizune already wants to leave her mark somewhere, but she wants to do it by helping people. That's why celebration is so important to her. She even wants to be a philanthropist. I think it's the best way to live, living on what you give to others. Even if it's for a selfish reason, that's okay too. Shizune is already happy because if something goes well, there will always be someone else to see it and remember it. That's what makes her happy. Misha sighs, arms stiff at her sides, hand tapping the air softly. Before, I still thought, I might be able to make Shizune happy, and I was in a good place to do it before. Since I was interpreter, I could always be with her. Maybe... And... I thought I would do it by becoming like Shi-chan's shadow. I kept trying even when she rejected me. It felt like I was stuck at that and I couldn't do anything but watch Shi-chan's back getting smaller while she kept going. I was scared, even though I should have just accepted it. It's hard. Maybe I could have at least understood Shi-chan. But it looks like I was completely wrong after all. I didn't even know that, or think about it. Shi-chan would call it a complete loss. Okay, I'm done. That's A-chan. But, since you're the one who knows Shi-chan best of all, you can't make her cry, or I'll be angry. I'm going to go overseas after this. I even have letters of recommendation, or I don't think I would be able to normally. Maybe I'll study and become a sign language teacher over there. Who knows? That means you have to look after Shi-chan, okay? Misha smiles as honest as ever, and she's obviously changed. The look in her eyes is that of a much more attentive girl. It seems to be true that hardship builds wisdom. It reminds me of the look in Shizune's eyes. I wonder what Shizune might have been through to have become who she is. I can take a guess, or maybe she was always like that. I want to see her even more, and suggest to Misha that we should look for her together. Of course, it's just a pretext to spend more time with a friend. It's strange how it hasn't been long since we last hung out together, and the three of us, in the span of a routine student council day. Yet, it seems like it was long ago. Thinking about the future can put that kind of lens over the past. Speaking of lenses... Outside, Yuko's standing around, fiddling with a tiny, modern-looking camera in her hands. It would be unnoticeable if it weren't metallic enough to reflect the sunlight. Misha calls out to her. I thought we were supposed to be looking for Shizune. Hi. What are you doing? I'm just taking photos of everyone. That's obvious. Awkward. Misha, I'll never forget how you taught me that someone can hold so many secrets and still have a massive lack of tact. Where's my photo? You want a copy? I don't know. Well, only if you promise to keep it a secret, or else everyone will want one too. That happened to me in elementary school, only it was with candy. Okay, I'll take a photo of you now then. Wait, I'm not ready, I was just kidding. Hey-chan, make a peace sign. I'm not going to do that. The game flash goes off, blinding me. Miko shields herself behind it, letting out a moan of frustration. You're not supposed to turn the flash on outdoors. She's not apologizing a second and quietly slips away. Oh, wait. Yes? Do you see Shi-chan around here? Yes, in front of the gate. Thanks. I can barely get it out before I have to start following behind Misha. Fortunately, not for very long. The gate is barely a minute's walk from here, even though even that can be tiring for me sometimes. You see she's in it with the student council. They're probably thanking her too. As soon as she sees them, she shoos them away, which is very easy since I doubt any of them can understand sign language or use it, so they're not too sad about leaving. Which in turn makes me wonder why they would thank her without someone who can, but it's the thought that counts. Misha immediately hugs her and then leans against the gate next to her. I, on the other hand, decide to hang back a little and let them talk. After all, Misha wanted to talk to Shizune this whole time. I can wait. I even turn away so I don't eavesdrop on their conversation. I end up losing track of time. When I look at my watch, it's already been 10 minutes. I wonder if they're done, and I turn around to find them behind me. What are you thinking about? Boring philosophical things I don't want to talk about. Don't worry, I'm not thinking about it too hard. Good, getting philosophical at a time like this would be the worst thing you could do. Yeah, I just want to stand there for a bit. It's relaxing. Haha, it was a busy week. Not really, not for me. I know they must have been busy, but I think I know what I want to do now. And when it hit me, I didn't feel particularly fired up or anxious. It is the opposite. I feel at peace for the first time in a long time. I want to savor that feeling a little more. Is it what I think that I want to teach here. As soon as I thought this, a long, winding road appeared in my mind, an uncertain road that leads back here. I wonder if I'll be able to meet someone in the future like me, someone filled with bitterness. I want to talk to that person, since I can't talk to myself. I want to tell them that life is too short, something that couldn't be told to me, only shown. I want to do it without pity. If I had been pitied, I'm sure that I'd have only died a little more. When I think about that first week, I still think about how well it went. So well that it could only be called the result of kindness. I feel like I want to show others the same kindness. And I also want to keep chasing Shizune. What the new student council want, Shi-chan? It's hard to daydream when you have to deal with Misha's voice. I didn't know they had some sign language. I don't. I think it was most likely just goodbye, so I appreciate it, even though I couldn't tell them. How did you know I was here? Is this supposed to be a secret? Anyway, we just asked Yuko. Did she take a photo of you too? Yes, without asking me first. Since Yuko doing anything spur of the moment is rare though, I'll let it go. She snaps her fingers, more because I think she likes it, than out of realization of an idea. We should take a photo of the three of us. We haven't taken a student council photo yet, now's the perfect chance. But, if I have to look at this picture a year from now, I don't want it staring back at me. What does that mean, Shi-chan? Pictures of to catch in the moment, is that right? Without a doubt, they're not portraits. Just standing out would be so stiff, it wouldn't even capture how I feel. I feel like we'll meet again. So this isn't an occasion to take such a serious photo. It should be a see you later type of photo, not a big deal. It should be something more festive. Oh boy. Like this. Follow me. She poses like a musketeer, so quickly that I'm sure even she knows it's silly. Do we have to do such a cheesy pose? I can think of no better pose. Misha, go find Yuko. I don't like this pose either, but I think it's kind of nice. That doesn't even make sense. He's already gone and returns dragging Yuko behind her. The flash is off. A red LED blinks 2 times above it after Yuko's finger presses the button. Shizune glances at both of us to make sure we have the timing down. Synchronized watches. We jump. I bet that turned out excellently. Aww. Okay. Now let's get one with Yuko too. No, please. That's not necessary. I want a copy of this photo too. I luckily die younger than the average person. My life could unexpectedly burn out any time. I don't have any time to waste then. I want to live as much as possible. I also want to see other people smile from what I've made and done. Living vicariously through the happiness of others doesn't seem so bad. Feeling joy through another person's happiness doesn't seem like such a bad thing. It's the easiest way I can think of to draw out my own life and give it distinction. Maybe this doesn't mean that Shizune found for herself, although it's just my theory. People find themselves alone often in their lives and without direction. However, people can take refuge in moments of happiness. They can dot a person's life like stops on a train map, or waypoints of memory on a long trail. These individual moments on reflection can give a person's life fulfillment. Even every friend, and festival, and joyful meeting, and joyful parting. I want to be able to ask Shizune one day if I'm right. I want to spend the time I have with her. Finally, I want to make Shizune smile for herself. I love you. I pause, wanting her to look at me, confused, and ask why I'd say it out of the blue. She doesn't. Do they do that reunion thing here? Of course they do. A student council member should know that. It's sooner than that, though, okay? Both of you. Right. Yeah. Yuko, you do the pose too. Afterwards, we can go for tea. Seeing that, as if she doesn't have a care in the world. Misha's laughter joining with hers as easy as if it were her own. We'll meet again. Well, obviously, me and Shizune will meet. We gonna like bang right after this, obviously. Alright, that was great. I know I said I'd only do Shizune's route, but I think we should probably move on to another route before we stop. Yeah, so Shizune's route was really good. I liked it. Alright, that is 2 completed routes. That's 2 out of 5. Alright. Let's start. Skip. Yeah, but it was very, it was cute and it was very well done. And I loved Shizune. Lily? I kinda wanna do Hanako. You can't do Misha, Deathwave. You can't do Misha. She's a lesbian. I think I have some ideas of how to get to Hanako. Ask about the library. Ask about the library? Ask about the library. Skip. 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 What? Skip. Skip. Alright, we meet Lily. I think I'll go with Lily. Hi, I'm new here. Hanako. We're in the same class? I just transferred the other day. Maybe you don't remember? Okay, I'm gonna go down the Hanako or Lily route. Whichever route I go down, I'll just go with it. I did a self-instruction too. The girl still doesn't say a word. Somebody stares at me, wide-eyed. I'm still getting used to the place, so I'm trying to meet as many people as I can. So, what's your name? Hanako. She speaks stuttering and so quiet that it's barely audible even in the library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako, so what are you reading? She only tilts the book backwards so that I can read the title. Since I'm hiding her face behind it. She's so cute, but her story is probably just like the saddest. She must have noticed me staring before. Life of Pi? I never heard it before. What's it about? A boy and a tiger on a boat. I can see this taking some time. It's interesting. Is it any good? She nods from behind the book, but stay silent. Oh, she's so cute. She looks kind of tense, a bit like Yuko earlier, but in a different way. More like petrified with terror, I'd say. Oh, no. So the mystery girl turned out to be anything but, and she is quivering in a way that makes it look like she's mortally afraid of me. The only way out of this, as far as I can tell, is to try and get a normal conversation going. Is it a library book? I'm looking for new ones to read, but there's just so many. No, it's mine. Oh, so do you come here often? A huge blush spreads on Hanako's face, and her eyes widen far larger than I thought it was possible for eyes to do. Oh, did she share my lame as small talk as a feeble attempt to pick her up? I mean, I didn't mean it like that. I gotta go to some. I love her. She's so cute. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair like take off, catching me off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she's nowhere to be seen. Me and Nico are halfway chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako, so I approach the girls. Hey, did you ever notice a girl run past here? I think someone opened my door, and they have a pretty good idea of who it is. Was it you? Brady? Don't give me that look. I know it was you. That damn doggy. Maybe what'd she look like? Long, dark hair, kinda shy. She had some, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, it's her. I saw her and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear. Yuko, would you see me? I'd better try and find her. Sure. I'll hold on to you until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Alright, right. I'll see you later then. Then Hasu guys are carrying him out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I ever get to hang in this place. Did I do something wrong? What'd you do? Nothing, I just talked to her, tried to get to know her. Didn't even manage to get started. Yuko doesn't look awfully bothered, even more so than she did before. I guess you weren't wrong so much as tactless. You cramming around after him? Hey girl, you got kick? Tactless. That girl's a bit of a special case. It's like she never really talks to anyone. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. This is how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. Perhaps I was being a little tactless after all. How should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casual only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets again. She wants to say something but resists. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way. I think she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile when she blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Hold on. Let me get this out of the way. None of us anything else. Yuko fills the silence by throwing some papers around. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing. But I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I want some books. But I left them over there because I'll just go get them. Fetch one stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly, at least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I kind of just started reading the books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else, and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Alright, that should be it. She's cute. Let me ask you guys, would you guys let like burn marks, would you let that ruin? Go talk with Hanako. Still feel bad for making her. Oh god, I forgot to save. Still feel bad for making her run away to say, so I'd better say something. Hey there, Hanako. So, well, at least she remembers my name. Yeah, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. I just knew her and thought she'd get to know my classmates. Is he smiling? As Hanako looks at me, I notice her scarring once more.
It's so bewildering that you can barely notice it from across the room, but it's still noticeable from close up. That's okay. Nah, burn may still matter. Yeah, I don't think it matters either. Like, I don't want to be mean and say, like, as long as they're pretty. But, like, I do find it, I do have attractive them. I do prefer attractive women. I mean, Hanako's attractive. Obviously because she's a, you know, anime girl. But I'm sure if someone who's, like, had half of their body scarred could still look attractive. It was my fault. Nah, that wasn't anyone's fault. It just kind of happened. So, are you waiting for someone? I saw you looking at the door before. Yes, Lily. Oh, you mean Lily the blind girl? Hanako only nods in response, and I can't help but wonder if defining people through their abilities is a faux pas of the worst kind, or just normal here. I guess that explains why Lily took off after her yesterday. She seems like a nice girl. Are you two friends? Yes. As if hoping for Lily to appear, she checks over her shoulder again. I think I'm making her nervous again. I hope I'm not disturbing you right now. No, that's not it. It's just easier if Lily doesn't come here. Oh, because it's hard to get around the classroom? Not really. I mean, I burn people daily. That's a good one, Death. That's a good one. Hanako's gaze drifts past my shoulder and towards Shizune. Shizune? Hanako nods again. However, don't they get along? Hanako shakes her head. Clearly this is something she doesn't want to talk about. Does make a strange sort of sense. Shizune and Lily not getting along so well? Connection between two would be all but impossible. It's hard enough talking to Shizune without Demetra, even when you could see whose hands are talking. Hanako is so focused on Shizune that I'm the first to notice Lily at the door. Oh, she's here now. Hanako spins around to confirm this. Upon seeing Lily, she moves quickly to the door. Lily! Ah, Hanako, good morning. Is the president here? Yes. Hanako gets over towards Shizune again as to confirm she can't hear them, even though that's impossible. I suppose we best be off then. Lily's sigh and tone of what seems like frustration makes me raise an eyebrow. I guess there's some kind of enmity between the two. It's intriguing, but that's not really something I'd ask about. I'm sure if they wanted me to know, then they would tell me. It's only my third day here. I should be trying to make friends, not finding out why people are enemies. Hey. So I'll find out that this school has little feuds, just like my old high school. Even if people are more tolerant of others, they're still going to get on each other's nerves. Hey Lily, how are things? I'm sorry I made you run off yesterday. Oh my, is that I didn't realize you were here. So now Lily's a little embarrassed about being so frank in front of me. Sorry Lily, I thought you realized. No, it's alright, Hanako. It's all, please don't worry about yesterday. It was just a misunderstanding. If you say so, I'm still working this place out. Well then, I think you'll find most people here a lot more forgiving than elsewhere. If you're feeling a little more confused, please don't be afraid to ask questions. I'm sure I'll remember that. Lily? Lily gives a small nod of acknowledgement. I'm sorry, Sal, but we must be off. Hanako doesn't really look all that comfortable here right now, and Lily still seems a little embarrassed. I wonder if my apologies really made any impact. Mind if I accompany you too? I know I'm kind of pushing it, but... Lily, quietly, still smiling. I'm sure that we could accommodate you, can't we, Hanako? Slightly then at me, and then she freezes wide-eyed. Sure. Well then, shall we go? I'm sure Lily wouldn't do this so easily if she saw how scared Hanako looks, but it can't be helped now. The cutting after the deal was sealed. Will only cause confusion and problems. So we leave. All three together. Lily walks beside the wall, letting her cane tap against it. Her cane gently tap against it every now and then. Hanako comes up right beside her, so close that she is practically half hugging her as they go. Although it must make her walking that much harder, Lily takes it in stride. Turning around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a steam train. Hanako shrieks a little, and my vision briefly goes black. Oh, it's Emmy. Oof! My fight money! Anyways, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. They belong to the perpetrator, a short girl who bummed me and has now fallen to the hallway floor. She wears a beady and for a very weird frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Or she does, but they are not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and bone thighs, and shins and feet made of some black metallic or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and natural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. Girl winces a little, rubbing her nose, and jumps up. Oh man, hey, are you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going, and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry. She looks really apologetic, in the hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I completely forget about being angry about anything, since hurt puppies are my weak spot. Love you, Emmy. It's okay, don't worry about it. Ouch! Ooh! Oof! I'd say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest. I know that this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Don't overexert yourself. Don't forget your medication. Most of all, don't get hit in the chest. I try to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. It seems normal. Hey, should I get a nurse? The very high-pitched voice of the girl snatched me out of it. I stared at her for a few seconds, dumbfounded, until I realized that I probably looked worse off than I really was. Doubled over myself and looking all tense. Damn, I'm really worried about my heart. You should be. No need, I'm fine. When she said something in response, I pulled myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time and take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me, but big time, but it's nothing more than that. You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard. I love her faces. It's okay, I said I was fine. Nothing's broken, no harm done. That's good, I said, what happened? She's not quite up to speed for obvious reasons, but she sounds very worried. More than what the situation deserves, really. Someone just bumped into me. Nothing serious, just winded. Sorry, it was my fault. I was going to get some stuff and I was kind of in a hurry. That someone here is Emmy, isn't it? Looking across quietly and shuffles her plastic and metallic feet, looking down at them before saying anything. Hi, Lily. Hanako. I guess the girls know each other. Do please try to be more careful. You might be straight enough to endure these sorts of accidents, but there are people who aren't. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute, I find myself smiling. I know that. I was just... I gotta go. Teacher had my head. I promised to help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, but I've got to change and everything. Before anyone can say a thing, Emmy has already bolted away, leaving the hallway eerily quiet. Does that kind of thing happen often around here? There are more rules in Yumaka than usual for running in corridors. But that really stops Emmy, it seems. She shakes her head weakly and offers a slight composed smile. I don't think there's anything we can do to stop her, I'm afraid. Shall I be off then? Lily heads off the hallway and Hanako hurries after her. The route to the room the two use for tea is fairly simple to retrace, being still fresh in my mind from yesterday. Lily and Hanako quickly go about the business of making lunch. Before getting home with my small bag of food, Lily's boozing herself with her thermos and tea bags, as Hanako is setting out both of their lunch boxes. So is this what you meant by coming here almost every day? Yes. Hanako and I usually have lunch here. It suits both of us, so I ended up using this room regularly. After seeing Hanako's reaction to me over the past couple days, I can understand why that is a boon. That, and then being able to get some quiet away from her class as well. You know, I realized in the show yesterday why Hanako prefers Lily. And not just because she's so kind and motherly. It's because Lily's blind and can't see her scars. I take my seat last after Lily's poured tea for us and sits down. Aww. The more time I spend with these two girls, the more I think they're perfect foil to Mishi and Shizune. Even without a voice, Shizune is direct and brash, and Mishi seems to get along with everyone. On the other hand, Lily is soft-spoken and relaxed, while Hanako seems to be the shyest girl I've ever met. So how are you faring in Yuraku, Hizao? You seemed a bit flustered before. Apart from getting lost every now and again, and being crash-tagged outside my classroom? Fine, I guess. You look pretty hurt from before. Are you really okay? brief moment, I considered telling Hanako and Lily about my condition, but then I held it back. Can't tell why, but for some reason I feel uncomfortable talking about it to these two relative strangers, even if they have been pretty friendly. Yeah, it's nothing. I was just a bit startled. Judging from the two girls' expression, I don't think they are buying it. But in what I assume is their way of respecting my privacy, they don't press them at it. I guess that is one of the unwritten rules around here. Don't ask. Sorry. Even if people's conditions are obvious, like Hanako's, there's still bound to be a story involved. Everyone has things that they don't feel comfortable speaking about, and I think everyone here recognizes that. So, how long have you been in school? You both seem to know your way around pretty well. Well, I've been here since the start of high school. I've only moved into the dormitories a year ago. Scars are interesting. They do tell a story, right? Oh, I see that they put a little detail into her hands here. That's cool. They even remember the scars, even if her hands won't show it. Hanako joined at the start of school as well, and moved into dormitories when she did, if memory serves me right. That's right, since high school. So you know each other. So you've known each other since then. Since I moved, yes. Hanako lives next door to me, so it's only natural, right? Is every girl here rich? Except for Emmy? Well, I guess they kind of have to be if they want to go to the school. Right. Yeah, of course. Right, yeah, of course. Fuck me. Living next to someone's probably reason enough to befriend them, though I'm guessing that's Lily's blindness. That Lily's blindness played a part in it as well. Her face cute. I can't imagine Hanako easily making friends with someone who has deliberately avoided looking at her scars. With the immediate conversation dried up, we start to eat our lunch. It isn't long before the bells are signaling the end of the break. Like me, the girls pack up their lunches as efficiently as they set them out. I guess are you going with us now, Hanako? Hanako looks at me, and for a second I see that she's considered skipping class, maybe just to avoid walking to the classroom with me. Yes. I don't know what to think of it. Hanako is really delicate to the point of breaking if looked at in the wrong way. It makes me a bit nervous too, but I push the feeling aside, trying to be as natural as I can. We should hurry then. Class has already started by the sound of it. Lily gives a nod of farewell, and she bends down to take her cane. Hanako and I filing out before her. We walk quickly down the empty halls to our respective classes. As we reach the door to Lily's 3-tier room, she turns towards me. Miss Al, thank you for sharing lunch with us today. My pleasure, Lily. And with that, we part ways. Lily entering her classroom, leaving Hanako and me to make off to our own. She's still looking like she wants to run away. Aww. So, do you really want to go back to class now? Yes. Okay then. I feel like I should say something more to her, but it's hard to come up with anything that would be appropriate and safe enough. And Lee was right. The more we spend out here, the more explaining we have to do. I open the door to the class and walk in. She looks at me and opens his mouth to say something. However, as Hanako follows me in and closes the door, he simply nods to us and continues his lecture. Aww. It's the third time that Hanako has had her truancy practically ignored. There's definitely something going on here. We make our way to our seats, and I notice that Misha and Shizune are both missing as well. I wonder if it is some form of informal agreement with the staff, or if it is a perk for the unique students of the school. Trying to make as much as I can, extract the relevant textbooks from my bag and start catching up. Class goes on quietly. Teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre, as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius. When the final bell sounds, I realize that there is still a lot of time left in the day. I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd. At the school, I had 24 hours a day of free time. At the hospital, I had 24 hours a day of free time. But here, filling the considerably shorter hours feels difficult. Everyone sees I'm left alone with the teacher. Mudo is examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier, marking them with a red ball pen. He raising his action paper, he looks at me and furrows his brow. What is it, Nakai? I jump at him addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there's nobody else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. Nature slowly puts the cap on the man in keys holding and arranges his papers into a stack, checking it desk twice, clacking it against the desk twice. Seems very methodical, and for me, I'm reminded of Shizune. The teacher is more unhurried and relaxed, much more routined. You have no plans? No, I'd say join a club, but I don't know what kind of club would interest me. Go over to a meeting of someone else's club. Might pique your interest. I guess. I don't know how to continue from there. Will looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid the conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. I'm talking to people and everything, so it's not that I'd be isolated or anything. I just don't know what to think about the disabilities. It's like, feels like I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them, and it's weird to ignore them. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Teacher scratches his cheek absentmindedly, looking very unresponsive. These things are only an issue if you make them one. Exactly. You can talk normally with someone even if they are blind or something. Try to look behind the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever they might seem at first glance. Some really good advice. He says the same thing as Yuko did. I know they're right, but it's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Shizune's deafness, when the only way to communicate with her is to talk through Misha? Or Hanako. It's not like you can ignore her face. But I'm interrupted by the door of the classroom suddenly slamming open. Oh god! Teacher! Teacher! He scratches his hands straight in an enthusiastic greeting. Her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. She starts towards the teacher's desk with her bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Mito, visibly dismayed at their interruption, and Misha in general, slumps in his chair. Mikado. Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly, as if she's sensing from his tone that something's wrong but has no idea what. Yes? We talked about volume control before. Yes. But she doesn't lower her voice at all. Nisha just rubbed his eyes. So, what is it? We need help. We're running out of supplies for the festival stands. This is a distress! She raised the pink slip paper she's holding around. So go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that? Plywood. Plywood is always a problem. Last time we wanted more, there was only a little, but that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's like none left there, so do you know where there is some? I don't understand. How would I know? Shichen, the president thought that a teacher would know if there was plywood. Was she wrong? Really look like he's in great pain, frowning from its entire essence, and Misha doesn't get it at all. The attitude to communicate is terrible, like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. I'm afraid I have no idea if there's any plywood in school, alone where it would be if there's any. What should I do? How should I find Mr. Nomiya? I'm sure he would know where to find everything you need. Nomiya. You'd have to pry them from his cold dead hands, but that's a different matter. I don't have time, we're so busy. She goes ahead with both of her hands, looking despairing as if it's possible for a person like her. Looking as despairing as it's possible for a person like her. Without even noticing, she comes with a note she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't even be fetching things. There's so much to do and we're falling behind the schedule. He looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if you didn't. I wonder if you could get some temporary help. Fuck! I have to go. He switches to staring at me focusedly, with a hard expression, as if trying to say, go make some friends. Yeah, I guess I can give you a hand. You can? Thanks, Ichan. You were really nice. She pauses, does a double take, and then points at me with her finger, replying, ah! And looking very puzzled. Come to think of it, what's Hichan doing here? Class is over, you should be having fun. We just had a little chat. Oh no, it's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Hichan? No, I'm not. Hichan in trouble, teacher? No, he's not. Muna sighs deeply, and I feel like I have to help Misha to get her off the teacher's back. So what do you need? Here's a list. I can try and find the pliers from somewhere if there's none in the art room. She shows me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said to help you, but this has no implications on whether I'm joining the council or not. Aww. Still, thanks, Chan. Try to be quick. We're in a stall building street right now. We must hurry, hurry, hurry! She runs out of the classroom, leaving me and the teachers looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement. Well, there you have it, Nakai. You have something to do now. Please don't sound so smug. Looking at the list of number of things ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small, neat handwriting that is undoubtedly Shizune's, I heave a sigh. I'll be going then. Waving the long list limply at the teacher, I exit the hallway. The classrooms closest to ours are designated belonging to 3132 on the right side, and 34 on the left side, each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors, are rooms I didn't even think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. Can't be the furthest door and peek in. Alright, skipping. Yes. Naked. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, this is great. I still love this. Oh, Shizune, you're so cute. I just want to see that one moment, because it's funny to me. It's got the much support for game. Why are her panties showing? Why don't you suck off either? What are you talking about? You're taking part in the festival? I understand. Okay. Hey, come on, cut Leah some slack. Yeah, new guy, remember? Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll leave now then. Alright, skip. You need to find her? She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess they have missed each other. This is without answer to me. Looks like she's not sure if it's a proper answer to such a question. Yeah, can I come with? I can come with you, if it's okay. Hanako nods fractionally. Still on. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We in it, boys. We in it. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get like one thing to eat. Won't be too loud. Also gonna get some water. Hanako nods, freshly still on guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable with herself after all. But it's too late to back off now. She has really trouble expression that she seems to wear almost constantly. One that makes me think constantly be on guard, makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. Hold on. Let me put on some glaze. Kind of understand why she always seems to wear. Maybe more like why there could be a person like her. I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. Sorry. It's your time soon. Were you planning to eat with Lily? On. Almost got it. Got it. We in it, boys. She nods slightly. Since must have been trying to get in the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako could be discouraged from going in. I pick up my bag and we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing though. Even though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within an arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me. Given how shy she is, there doesn't seem to be much helping it, at least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako's head seems even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just the library. I was reading. So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. Ah, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class, like Shizune said, right? Right. With the sights of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. It's like I need double-layered silk gloves of padding to even begin interacting with her. Since small talk might, however, become a bit more used to me, it isn't hard to tell the silence between us hovering on the edge of both of our minds. So you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Yes. Not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may well be her only friend. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. He gives a short, almost reflective nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech. Okay. Hanako hastens to make her answers so prompt and short as possible. Lily comes by the classroom though, even when she's busy. She gives a small smile as she says it. Oh, there's a smile! Evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say more. Both of us content that the discussion's reached an end. She descends the stairs back to the lobby. We are met by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish moving from one feeding area to the other. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves. Before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Hey, you alright? Just keep going. The student, you guys can hear that voice, right? Students pass us without as much of a second glance, and Hanako takes a position to my side again as we enter the building. Her momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. Even as we climb towards the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've ever known a shy person before, even shy girls, but Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I call a normal, or fear of other people. Even if it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator? If it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would even been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence, while I rue her inability to socialize at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audibly from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first and come to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reported to class 3-2, with Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me. I opened the door. Interesting. I think we'll probably be seeing this classroom more if we are like with either Lily or Hanako, maybe. Inside is a hive of activity, seeming every student in class talking at once as they work hurriedly on their separate tasks. Going by the paint cans, decorations, and banners being made, it must be for the upcoming school festival. I guess my first priority should be finding Lily. There. Finding her among the din is surprisingly easy, not the least because of her looks. A couple of students gather around her as she stands at the front of the class. She seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. Oh my god, it's your boy, Milk Chip Cookies. Hey, how are you doing? I've just finished off Shizune's route, and we are now going for either Hanako or Lily. I don't know, depends on what happens. Whatever choice that comes up that decides between them, that I feel is the most normal at that time, I'll go with that one. And then go back and do the other. Carefully negotiating path to the various students hunched over the floor. Over the floor for a lack of desk space. I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. Hi, Lily. She perks her head up as she breaks off talking. I'm good, thank you. She's still talking to a noticeably smaller girl who must be her classmate, trying to listen as best she can. Sorry, who? Oh, sorry, Sal. I have Hanako too. Alright, get them anime. Gotta get them anime groove. By the way, I mean, if you ever hear me kissing, it's because I'm just going mwah, mwah, mwah. Hi. She's pretty skittish. Considering the number of people around, it isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment to pause to assess the situation before turning to the other students once again. For the moment, just ask Moria for his advice. Kenji's busy painting one of the banners already. Quick nod, she bounces off, fingers carefully sliding along the wall, phased for orientation. Wait, Kenji? That Kenji? I quickly turn about, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in the corner of the room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he had to be to make out my face when I met him. Thick. Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand. That's right. Class 3-2 was especially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them. Need a hand? I could give you help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too. The chances that I remind her of something would do her good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods to affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a notable sigh of relief. Ah, that's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off for dinner now. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. Kenji? Sure. Kenji is the guy he's in the room across from me. She seems surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her. Thick. I take it you've met? Our rooms and doors are right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really. Well, it's good to see you're getting friends so fast. Friend? I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Hanako's silence in the proceedings reminds me of the reason I put her up to helping in the first place. We'll go help him then. He knows what needs doing, right? Hanako, you're not a feminist, right? He doesn't like those. That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. Chorusing in assent, Hanako and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Hey, Kenji. No answer. He continues dragging his paint-soaked brush along the large, half-painted kanji that's sketched out on the sheet and pencil.
Kenji. Huh? What? Who is it? If this is the way he treats class members, it's no small wonder he's working on this alone. Right, I know that, man. What were you doing here anyway? What are you doing here, though? His dismissive attitude annoys me. He's not small. He's not small. He's just crouching. Unless you're the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. Is he an artist? Because if I remember, Rin talked about a boy who can't see, but he sculpts. And Kenji is really bad at seeing. While I talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's here. I was just going to help with the banner. Hanako and I, that is. Hello? Ah, she's so... oof. So cute. Oof. 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 Oh, hey, I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about-face. His sudden full hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh right, woman. On second thoughts, this may not have been a great idea after all. Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner. To Kenji, noting the several small paint tins on the ground around it. Class 3-2. Noodle stall? You're selling noodles at the festival on Sunday? Yeah, some stalls aside, or something. Or something? His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first, though. So how do you want to split this? Do we do the borders while you do the text, or do you want to switch and do the borders? Text is mine. You do borders. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the subject. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. By the time I put the brush to cloth, she's already started on a delicate pattern. It looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. Aww. Gotta protect. Must protect Hanako. Must protect. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's working to lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially, though. Okay, man, why are you here? Hanako just wants some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations. I get it. Looks like I misjudged you. I thought you were trying to get some sweet puss, man. Oh, you're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover? I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here? Obviously. It sucks, but there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school, a harsh world. Yes. Very harsh. He misses my true meaning as he leans back, satisfied I'm sympathetic to his cause. I'd better get down to work. Finished. Looks like I am too. Good job. The two of us connect the lines up the lines of our patterns. Mine being as close a copy as I could manage of hers. With a grunt, I lever myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off a sign, as well as Lily, and a couple of students talking among themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise. It's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I ran to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. She says I can't help but glance at her wrists. If her scars extend even to here, just how much of her body was burned. I feel pain and guilt about her, but she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? She has her moment before noticing that I mean the banner. Your wrists! Man, it looks really well done. I'm a horrible person. It does, I guess. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. The floor is significantly neater for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves. It's much easier to get to the Lily as we cross the room. You finished the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod. Thank you, Isao, Hanako. Is there anything I can is there any way I can thank you? Excuse me. It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying it. Oh, I love her. She's so cute, so adorable. Must protect. Can't get hurt. Fragile thing. Must protect. I don't mind either. I don't mind either. Ah, fuck. How'd I do her voice? Whatever. She nods before suddenly remembering one last person. Oh, is Kenji still here? With her mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah, just finished. Carefully slides the slide onto an empty section of the shelf to dry, before quickly walking past us and out the door. See you, man. Bye. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everyone. Hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Working past school time? Indeed. This class... Oh god. This class's plans this year were ambitious, maybe too ambitious. The stall looks nice, though. She's right. It shows that a lot of work's been gone into them. My, I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. No, Deathwave, don't slide into the DMs. Not with Hanako. She's too innocent. That hurts my wrists. So I was really glad to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the runs as well, Hisao? Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. Nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different. Compared to the usual look of lush greenery, things are much more calm. Being that so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd one or two can be seen scurrying to and from the dorms, trying to eke the most out of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. She's too kawaii. That's right. It's nice to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn. Tired? Whoa, how'd you fucking notice that one, Lily? Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The, thing, which Shizune took me kind of off guard, though. I got my teeth a little at the candid mention of her rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the word was behind it. Shikiwi. Well, small and adorable. Well, she's not small, actually. She's probably... How tall is she? The website has all of the girls. Let's see. Jesus Christ. The girl Emmy, like, weighs so much less than all the other girls. Emmy's like 41 kilograms. 151 centimeters. Anyway, let's see. Hanako is 164 centimeters. That makes her the second tallest. What chest size? Let me go check. 86. Which means, if my calculations are correct, Hanako has the third biggest bust of all the girls. Yeah, so let's see. 164 centimeters. 164 centimeters into feet. She's 5'4". And she weighs about 52 kilograms. £114. Who has the biggest heart? I don't know. Probably Lily. She's the nicest of them all. Deathwave, you're 5'4"? That's small. Lily is the tallest and the bustiest. 171. I think Lily might be like a centimeter smaller than me. No, never mind. She's actually several feet smaller than me. Not several. Not even several feet. No, she's like a few inches smaller than me. I'm 5'8". She's like 5'6". Which, I guess it's fairly tall for a woman. My girlfriend was my ex-girlfriend is like 5'7".
Get my teeth a little at the cannon show the so I do want to start out the world behind it. Ah, about that. Instead of being so public, Shizune and I go back some ways. Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I answered Hanako for her views on this. But her expression is, unsurprisingly, evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival's over in any case.
The change of topics welcome, clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine my old school structures were a lot more low-key than this. Yamaku stresses the idea of a school community so the staff likes to make our festivals and such special occasions. And yet students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world. Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear her grumbling. Oh, I made Hanako laugh. Precious. I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamaku. Compared to there, Yamaku is much more relaxed. That'd go way towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. Wow, you're... No, that's... Wow, 5'6", huh? As we come to the dormitories, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See, Lily, Hanako? The two both give polite nods before setting off to the women's dorms, just next to the guys. The boys! As is to be expected of such an arrangement, there's a staff member casually patrolling around outside for any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretch my arms and rub my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long before walking to my room. It feels good to actually have direction now. After so long in the hospital, the everyday talks of studying, homework, and teachers seems almost a blessing. Even if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku might turn out okay. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my own clock to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise, I'm going to keep it. Besides, Emmy is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. The boys! Gonna crack open the cold one with the boys. My morning alarm goes off, and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I decided to give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. This is about my health, after all. Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that hasn't made existence so intolerable that I'm not going to try everything I can to stay healthy. Besides, it's about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? If I manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Annie has apparently been here for some time. Looks like she's already working up a good sweat. Josh, when the hell did she come down here anyway? Oh, it's you! I'm surprised to see you again. Why that? Well, not many people actually managed to come back for a second try. She frowned, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought. Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be on a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. I guess it's pretty early in the morning. I shrug, and suddenly it appears that she's forgotten what she was talking about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought. So, come on then. What? You're here to run again, right? Well, yeah. So come on. Ah, cutie cute. Why the cute girls everywhere? I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with an effortlessness that I find enviable. And you could blossom to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work toward things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive at this. We're on track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? I don't know if this changes anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Let's do it, bitch. Go for it. What am I doing here? Cute girl. Am I really just going to fold and let Emmy pull ahead? No, I'm a man. I'm not gonna have this bitch get ahead of me. I speed her up. The second lap's done quickly, without even considering I keep going. He looks over his shoulder at me and grins. Still going? When are you? Damn it. Fuck it. Whatever. Emmy laughs without breaking a stride, no less, and speeds up even more. Well, if this is going to be where we're going to play things, I increase my own pace as well. No, stop. I feel my lungs burning, and my legs are starting to question just what the hell I think I'm doing. Lactic acid screams in my muscles, but I close my ears. I can't let myself fall behind, because that would be a loss. The irrational voice in my head inquires mightily just when we started playing the game. I'd answer it, but I'm having a little trouble thinking that present. She's so faced! All women are queen! If she breathes, she's a thought! It's like a string pulling at my chest, a choky feeling of nearness and pain. Before I can even think of anything else, oh shit. The track disappears from under my feet. I stumble, one hand shooting down to clutch my chest, the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. And it rolls around, and her eyes widen. It's how? She doesn't mean sprinting from the other side of the track. What's wrong? You're nothing, just... Keep your breathing steady. Calm down. Don't panic. Don't panic. Do you need me to get a nurse? If she breathes, she a thaw. I close my eyes, shutting out the outside world. My heart struggles to regain its rhythm. Slowly, the pain in my chest begins to subside. Soon, it's gone like nothing happened. It was... nothing? No, something happened there. That doesn't even make sense, Deathwave. I open my eyes again and glance at a very weird Emmy. Well, all the characters here are 18. Because they're graduating. All of them are graduating this year. They're all third years. I think I'm fine. My voice sounds weird to myself, oddly even, and matter of fact. It makes Emmy frown. I don't think you are. Seems to come to a decision and nods to herself. Right, you're coming with me. You gotta say nurse. Big think makes me think. Emmy grabs my arms and drags me up. I feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse the shoulder Emmy offers for support. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed by my own weakness. I'd really rather not have Emmy concerned about me, but it seems to be too late. Heck, I'd really rather not have anyone concerned about my condition, though at this point, it seems to be too late for that as well. I'd like to be able to deal with the whole thing on my own, without being a bother to anyone else. While I'm wishing for the things, I'd rather not have this condition in the first place. Nice! Nice. Amy kind of shoes off without knocking, but it doesn't alarm the nurse in the least. Good morning, Sunshine. What's up? Sunshine. Anyway, he calmly sips from his coffee mug, but lays it down after falling and gives his gaze to me looming in the doorway. What's hell? What brings you here? We were running and he stumbled over and grabbed my chest, and I thought I'd come get you and make him wait. Oh, he's there, Amy. Calm down. That's not what happened. So cute. What a cutie. I don't know. We were running and then my chest started hurting like the time before, but it went away after a few seconds. It was just a flutter or something. Nurse frowns as if to say that just a flutter is some kind of oxymoron. I didn't mean quite this when I tried to get some exercise. You gotta be more careful with Sal. I was being careful, I just... Can't think of it. I just got into a race with a member of the track team. Doesn't seem as well reasoned as I thought it would. You just what? That is... I was racing Emmy. Emmy, is this true? Amy just looking adorably contrite. Well... Finally, she can't seem to bring herself to say aloud. Emmy really nods. Nurse sighs and rubs Ed's forehead with one entirely. Emmy, you gotta be more sensitive to the limits of others. I don't know if he told you, but Asao has a bad heart, and getting him to race you was incredibly irresponsible. Actually, I started it. This is some of my statement. You what? Excuse me? Pardon me? We were just running and Amy started to pull away, so I sped out to catch her. And starts singing, mutters a prayer for patience from God. Just another, and looks back down at the both of us. So you're both stupid. That's a comfort, I guess. Now come on, Asao. I've got to make sure your heart's not going to explode or something. I dutifully obey and follow him to the adjacent room, where we ascertain that I am, in fact, not going to keel over and die. How does it feel? I don't know, nothing much. Tired, but it might just be from the exercise. You should stay here for a few hours and rest, and we'll see how you feel after that. I'm not going to jet, so I lie down on the infirmary bed. A thoroughly miserable Emmy comes in after getting an earful from the nurse in the other room. I can hear what he said through the closed door, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasantries. Look, I'm really, really sorry. I should have been more careful. Hey, you didn't know. It's not your fault. She's awfully down, sorry. I'm really sure just don't do anything much to cheer her up. I want to make it up to you. Again, with that decisive nod. You have to come to lunch with me. I'll bring it for you, okay? Something really, really good. I start with a, you don't have to, but then shut up and just nod when I see your face. Good. We meet on the roof. We? I'm sorry, I'm looking at some things. Let's see, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Alright. Sorry, I'm just looking at ways to, make sure I get on a certain route. Let's do this, bitch! We? Yep, the road's nice now, so we're still a great spot for lunch, you know? I see. You'll come, right? Fuck off. You wouldn't have a chance to make it up to you. Of course not. Great, see you there. I stay afloat somewhere between asleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not only my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed. Right, apart from my senses. I swallow difficulty and then try to lie as still as I can. And say it's not a very hard thing to do. There's something around on the other side of the curtains he drew to give me privacy. I could see his shadow shifting about in the sunlight. Alright. I've already done this, so I'm going to skip through it. What a cootie. Cutie girls. I guess, whatever. Well, he's on the hall and yeah, let's see what's good. I think I might have accidentally gone down her path again. God damn it. Fuck. Well, it's a good thing I saved. So how's everyone doing? I fucked up? Okay, yeah. This is a lot of Emmy. Alright, loading back. Hungry? Then go eat. Take it easy. Alright. Skip. Sorry, Emmy. Love you. The roof. Skip. Okay, or not. Come with me. What are you doing? Thank you, Shizune. Oh. They have sort of very thick. She's absorbed in a very thick book. Thick. Mwah.
The manifest, oh, that's the new round corner though. I see a solitary figure. All right, well, I guess we made it, boys. I tried to walk to the counter, check out my books, and put them in the bag and walk out. By the time of the main building, sunset is too far away. A small trickle of students remain, but they're ready to have left, returning to their homes and dorms. I need to buy some supplies. I can't live off cafeteria food and eating out for my entire stay here. As I leave for the gate, I make a few last stretches to try and stave off the tiredness that accumulated over the week. After passing through around in the corner, though, I see a sweet ace. Mwah! Hooey! So I figure walking downhill towards the small town below. Yeah, boy! The color of her hair and typing of her cane are unmistakable. I quickly walk up to her, which seems to catch her attention without a word needing to be said. Hi, Lily! She takes a moment to place the voice, slightly adjusting her head to face a bit more towards the source of my voice as she does. Hisao? Yep, that's me! She have a good memory for voices. The fact that she actually remembered is a pleasant surprise. Well, think of it like this. Think of it like this. Your sight is gone. The only thing you really rely on is your hearing. So you listen to every part of a voice. Good evening. What brings you here? Once again, she gives a small polite bow, and once again, I reply in kind for a reason that I didn't need to do so. Just going to town? You? My, what a coincidence. Doing the same thing, eh? I usually go shopping on Fridays.
She pauses for a moment, suddenly looking a little lost. That said, Hanako usually comes into town with me. Ah, not lost, but worried. The two of them seem to keep pretty close tabs on one another. It's kind of surprising that Hanako would just forget Lily like that. Notice her reading in the library, she probably just caught up in the book. She does a small sigh of relief. Thank you, she has a habit of doing that. Avid reader? Right, she doesn't like being around crowds of people, so reading away from everyone lets her relax a bit. Although she probably didn't intend it, I can't help but grimace as I recall my first meeting with her. Oh, it's not. Hardly wanting to bring it up, I remained silent as we quietly continue to walk down the quiet road. Wait, I'm sorry. As we quietly continue to walk down the quiet road. Boy? Boy? Boy. Who wrote that line? As I remain You even did to say I remain silent as we quietly walk down. As we quietly continue. The quietly does not need to be there. I remain silent as we continue to walk down the quiet road. The adverb is unnecessary, my boy. Tack, 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 tack. With the road bereft of cars and students from Hanako increasingly far behind us, the quiet rustling of the leaves and measured tapping of Lily's cane against the sidewalk are all that can be heard. Kinda nice, especially compared to the hustle and bustle of where I used to live. Before I know it, I've relaxed so much that I yelled loud yawn escapes before I could control it. Tired? Yeah, I've been running ragged these past few days. That's an understatement. That's an understatement, to be sure. Transferring into a different school would be bad enough, but nothing like this. Nothing like this.
Well, hopefully everything should settle down for you. Festival's got everyone in the spin right now, and you've been popped right in the middle. For a moment, I hesitate, but given her apparent tolerance for frankness, I decide to give my full thoughts. I guess, Yumaku's kind of different, though. I mean, the formalities surrounding everything, the isolation around it, not to mention the most obvious difference. It's kind of a whole different mindset. I suppose I'll get used to it in time. She gives a matter of fact nod, apparently pleased with my answer. It was almost as if she's included me in the flock of students she's shepherding, along with Class 3-2 and Hanako. Well, not that I mind. It's nice to get the thoughts off my chest in any case. Look on the bright side. One could see it as a chance for a new beginning. You should cherish the ability to make new friends. That's optimistic. Nonetheless, it's good to have a positive attitude about such things, I suppose. I guess it's a good take on it. Walking on down the road, she seems to become somewhat unsettled. Before I can ask what's on her mind, she seems to collect herself and speak up about something else. So, where in town were you going? That's actually a pretty good question. I'd come to buy food, but the layout of this place is still totally foreign to me. I had intended to just wander around and see what I could find. Well, with sunset already approaching and nightfall not too far away, it doesn't seem very wise. I'm going to ask her for directions. Again. Just going to get some food, but now that you mention it, I don't really know that way. The way. I don't know the way. Lady's like, let me show you the way. Well, now this is quite lucky. I was just about to go to the convenience store myself. Looks like I'll be in your care again then. Thanks. Together we walk to the store. My pace is carefully slowed to remain beside her. Compared to my usual walking pace, hers is quite a bit slower. Not that it's without reason. After what couldn't be more than 7 minutes, I catch sight of our objective. A 7-Eleven. Oh no, it's an Oramart. Never mind. This town really is pretty small. Without further ado, we make our way inside with a greeting from the counter. Mind if I tag along with you? Usually Hanako would help me. But seeing as she's not here, I don't ever realize what she means. Considering she wouldn't be able to read any of the labels, shopping without any help would be a big pain for her. That said, I can't shake the feeling that she'd had this idea since I said I was coming here. Sure, it'd be my pleasure. I grabbed 2 well-used red baskets from the small stack beside the entrance, handing one to Lily. Beep boop! She lays on the ground, putting her school bag in, retracting her cane and sliding it through the basket handles, picking it back up with her hand. Wait, if she doesn't use her cane... Oh my god! We in it, boys! We in it! It's getting a bit hot. Oh, it's some... Let's get on here.
Before I can complete the thought, she comes beside me and pinches the cuff of my uniform in her slender fingers.
Is this alright? Sure. No reason not to accept. I can think of worse things than shopping with a pretty girl holding onto me, even if it is out of necessity. We navigate our way through the store, with not one of the occasional passing customers seeming to bat an eyelid. Considering how close Hanako is, I guess seeing students from there must be entirely normal for the local residents. As we reach each aisle, I quickly check with Lily and find out what she needs. I grab it along with what I'm looking for and put our items into our respective baskets. I guess it's the same routine she and Hanako follow every Friday. Right, all that's left is the bread, and that should be my shopping done. Do you need anything else, Lily? No, this should be everything.
Off we go then.
Quick side trip to the bakery section and make our way to the registers. Bakery section?
This is quite a convenience store.
The line, thankfully, is almost non-existent. It's not long before we both pay for our food and are out the door. As Lily retrieves her cane and extends it to full length, I waste a minute looking upwards at the night sky while holding both of our bags. I try to make clouds with my breath, but the summer's heat doesn't seem to cooperate. Then she stretches so, taking a quick stretch for taking her bag and leaving me to my two. You tired as well? The festival preparations have been complete chaos. Using breathing down my neck doesn't exactly help things either. Hey, she's only trying to get everything organized. Better now than later, right? I suppose. I'm going to enjoy relaxing in town tomorrow, that's for certain. Guess the preparations must be taking their toll on both of them. We walk out into the quiet street. We walk out into the quiet street, talking between ourselves as we carry our bags from food and supplies from the store. Wait, what's that? I notice a very distinct figure making its way toward us, silhouetted by street lamps. Oh god, it's Kenji. For a second, I think it's another male student in class, but as he, or should I say she, gets closer, I recognize it quickly. Oh no, never mind. Rin, what are you doing here so late? Rin? He picks up, looking like she's trying to focus on listening more keenly. It suddenly comes to me that I should probably interpret the scene for her. It's Rin. Suzuka, I think was her last name, from our school. She says that name gives a complicated looking expression, something like a forced fusion of a composed smile and a painful cringe. Ah, I understand. I guess Lily knows Rin too. Rin turns to look at us, looking terribly out of it. I'm not entirely sure she recognizes either of us, or at least she doesn't acknowledge if she does. She looks like a zombie, or a statue of a zombie. But slowly, some symptoms of understanding seem to light in her eyes. This is something she must react to. Rin blinks once, very thoroughly. Hello. There's an awkward pause. Everyone waiting for someone else to say something. What are you doing here this late? I was wondering about that myself too, just now. Some people asked that just before. I assumed they were wondering the same. I didn't know. They didn't know either. I asked. That's why I'm wondering. So that's pretty much it. It's a murder mystery without a murder. They were going that way. She turns to her right in order to demonstrate the direction the other people went to, as if that was important. Then rotates back like a mechanical puppet in one that's overly complicated to clockworks. Person who gives an impression of being the quiet type, Rin really does use a lot of words to say things that don't need a lot to be said. Unsure she's finished, I say nothing. Now there's Lily, who seems equally robbed of words for the time being. I think that both of us are in fact just scared that any response might provoke her to continue. Our stupefied lack of reaction doesn't phase her at all. She keeps looking at us expectantly, a calm hint of expression on her blank face. She seems to be that kind of person, always so relaxed. As if bowl-grade sedatives were flowing in her veins in the place of blood. Do you have amnesia? I don't call you have anything of the sort, though. No, I don't think it's that. The other rest of us are probably just worried, though. You do look really lost. The way you're standing in the middle of the street. Oh, I see. Maybe I should have taken some other kind of pose in that case. You could see the thick. You could see the thick
I ponder for a while whether I should chase this angle further, or give up for the sake of my own sanity. I decided on the latter. Seeing that most of the time, it's better to not read too deeply into what Rin is babbling about. Talking with Rin is like playing chess with a supercomputer who does seemingly completely random moves and is to mock everything you know about chess. It's like that, except with human interaction. Even if I win, it feels like losing. Damn, it's just like Kenji said, even when I win, I lose. Is this the power of the girls of Yamaku? I push the thought that is too dangerous to consider further. It's probably just Kanji's anti-female propaganda getting to me during a moment of weakness. Yeah, maybe taking another pose might have worked. So anyway, you had no idea what you're doing here? She frowns, looking extremely displeased at either my question, its consequences, or the answer she's about to give. I do have some idea. I can't really tell what kind of idea. Sounds like progress, at least. It sounds that she spotted an opening for some kind of discernible normal conversation. Can't say I share her optimism. Yes, there's some, definitely. The rest will come later. I'm sure of it. I always have reasons. The student science kills all these hopes all too visibly. That didn't last long. Rin's, as far as I can tell, unbased. She's sure to decide. What should be done? We could just leave her here to her own devices, wherever those are, but it's late and I don't think we get anything except Rin is found standing here in the middle of the night. Which she probably will, unless she manages to remember what she was doing in the first place. As for me trying to guess what might have been going on in her mind when she decided to embark on this adventure, the hints seem to be on par with winning the lottery. Several times in a row. Lily is oddly quiet too. I'd appreciate some support from the sidelines here, especially if she's more familiar with Rin than I am. But it can't be helped. It seems familiar with Rin is exactly why she's staying subdued. So I assume you're going somewhere, but not coming back to school. Any idea where? Her eyes widen in shock, and she jolts back in a somewhat artificial way, making it seem like an act rehearsed for situations like this. Are you a mind reader? Is that your disability? How unique! For those of you who don't know, she tried to guess my disability. The first time she guessed my disability, she thought it was my dick. I'm not joking. She thought there was a problem with my penis. And this is her second time trying to guess what my ability is. No, why would you think that? You know what I was doing. I'm just looking at Alice with Lily, and she's like, oh god. And it was just an educated guess. We walked the same street in that direction just before to get to the store. If you're going to school, we would have met you on the way. Oh. She looks a little disappointed. Like Kenji, Rin appears quick to jump to completely irrational conclusions. Maybe it's something in the water here. Make a mental note to stock up on soft drinks. You know, that's the second time this week that someone asked if I was a mind reader. Do I really give off that impression? Rin shrugs her shoulders, which is all the answer I get. You know, maybe you should just come back with us back to school. Lily is just about to further debunk my alleged mind-reading capabilities. She sounds rather concerned, the paper-thin smile on her face badly disguising that fact. Maybe Rin will find out that Hasao's dick is just fine. Maybe she came to the same conclusion I did. For everyone's sake, I decided to let the mind-reading topic drop, as it's entirely inane anyway. Yeah, Lily's right. If you can't remember, there's no point staying here. Rin considers this rather simple deduction for a moment, then nods. Okay. We start towards school again, having wasted way more time than necessary with this episode. Rin walks along the edge of the sidewalk in her rhythmic way, looking like a mix of a sleepwalker and a rope dancer, while Lily keeps one hand on my shoulder, tapping at the ground with her cane. A girl's touching me, guys! Tap, step, step, tap, tap, step, step, step. Apart from that and a few fragmented beginnings of conversation, it's quiet. Quite apart from the next thing one into town at that. So how's the mural going? We were going to get bad luck. Never talk about works in progress. I'm sure it'll be wonderful. Bad luck. Tap, step, tap, step. She doesn't care to talk about it. Lily's plan feels out of place for the first time. Step, step, step. The hill Yamaku rests on is on top of. It's surprisingly steep going uphill. We slow the pace, but I still feel my pulse rising and breathing getting heavier. Almost there. I can see the gates already. More than that, though, I notice that Lily's hand slightly tightens on my shoulder.
Interpreting it as a gesture that she wants to ask something, I speak up. Anything wrong, Lily? Her sister should say, aside from our traveling companion, but only just. For a moment, she seems to debate whether she should even bring it up, but goes for it anyway. Is everything alright? Alright, how do you mean? The fact I can't interpret her incredibly vague question puts her off for a second.
It's just, you seem unusually tired, I guess.
As she rings up, I notice that my breathing is strangely heavy. The uphill walk has really done a job on me. Lily noticed all too. Alright guys, this is it. We in it, boys!
I might just get a coin. Might find a coin. Be right back.
Alright, so. Heads, I don't really want to talk about it. Tails, sorry, I'm not in very good condition.
Tails. She doesn't know exactly which route we're going down. Lily noticed it all too quickly. Hold on, I just want to check. Okay. Sorry, I am not in a very good condition. It's alright, I just need to catch my breath. My condition isn't the best these days. Oh. It's something that is related to you being transferred here, I mean. She cuts herself off rather abruptly, maybe using that she's being a bit intrusive. Her instincts are sharp, though, and while I don't like the subject, it's not like I should lie about it. If it's silly, I don't think I mind. I'm just a little weak for the time being. Hanako said you look fairly healthy, so I naturally thought.
Lily doesn't switch out, letting straight off with a measure of concern. As she further around, Lily's uncomfortable expression spurs me to say at least something to ease her feelings. Despite that she's as flustered considering her straightforward attitude with her own blindness, she must know that not all share her own comfort without such things. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Lily. I have a pretty, I guess the best way to put it would be messed up heart arrhythmia. I had a bad heart attack a while ago because of it, and spent most of the spring in a hospital, ended in Yamako on doctor's orders. Slightly not to her as an acknowledgement. My answer, though, only seems to make Lily further brow even further. She doesn't seem to quite know how to react, given we don't really know each other all that well. I can't really fault her for it, given that I have the exact same reaction. My eyes rise, in a moment's time, her face shows she comes to some sort of realization. Wait. Ooh. Wait, so the time when Emmy and you collided in the hallway? I grimace slightly. Her ability to connect the dots quite so fast, unexpected. Yeah, I guess I'm a textbook example of why those rules about running in the hot quarters exist. That was a lot more dry than I intended. Lily visibly shies away from continuing the topic. I do want to assuage her concern. I don't want to draw on this either. Don't worry about it. I try to offer a reassuring smile, but then I realize the futility. Not knowing this, Lily smiles at me reassuringly, but doesn't say anything further. And as Rin stops in front of her mural as if lightning struck her. She had been so quiet from almost all of the walk back that I had all but forgotten she was here. It's Friday. It's Friday, isn't it? Yes, Friday the 8th of June. This is bad. Bad? Why? I think I'm going to go in a fetal position, throw up, possibly in reverse order. Something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. It's Friday, nothing is wrong yet. This mural, it's going to be finished by Sunday, so everything's alright. Do you have any drugs or a time machine? This is not good. Not good. He's behind her schedule, recalling Shizune's exasperation at Rin's carefree attitude several days ago. I don't know what to think. She left herself open for a told you so unless she can pull off whatever she needs to pull off by Sunday morning. Rin keeps staring at her mural, looking as mortified as she can. Leave me. I'm going to need to work for a while. I instantly expecting her to share an incredulous look with me as I roll my eyes. But then I realize she's not one to do that kind of thing. Leave me! You do, of course, not wanting to aggravate her any more than she already is. There's a turning bad feeling in my gut. Rin sure has a knack of making people feel worried about her. She seems like a person who should never be left alone. Maybe we should call someone. She sounded like she was going into shock or something. I'm sure she'll be just fine. She's just how to say? They cocks her head a little, trying to find a polite way of calling Rin crazy without calling her crazy. Unique? Yes, a very unique person. I guess you could say that. She giggles at the nurse melodiously, nodding in agreement. Sorry about leaving Shan as you talk to her. I don't really understand her, so I keep my distance. So Max is right. Lily offers a slight, apologetic smile, as if she was sorry that her own shortcomings have prevented her from becoming closer to Rin. I'm not one to blame her at all. Lily lets a long slip a long breath, possibly a disguised yawn. I imagine she is as exhausted about this as I am. I better leave now and give these to Hanako. Thank you for the company, Sao. She smiles very sweetly at me. It feels different from the normal, despite the fact that she seems to be smiling so often. I can't put my finger on what the difference is. It's just different. Relax, I'd say, but that's probably just relief over getting rid of Rin. Maybe. Yeah, good night. Say hi to Hanako for me. I will. Good night. Alright, we have one more choice to make and then we're on the path, my dudes. Students were in the class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. With the day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until the lunch break, and then our time is our own. Rita lurches into class in a tired stagger. I suppose students are the only people that enjoy their late Friday nights. Not saying a word, he scrolls to some page and question numbers on the board and slips down on his desk. Completely atypical behavior for him, but it appears that no one in class is going to call him out on it. First, he the criticism in the position, that's what fatigue. He was from papers. Mr. President, I wonder if she was born as rowdy as she is, or if she's making up for Shizune's lack of voice. Can I speak to you for a moment? Some question thinking about issues that I don't even notice me to approaching my desk. Sure, what's this about? How about if we speak outside the classroom? Okay, yeah, this is, haven't had any problems so far. It's talking about, you science club? Yeah, okay. Yeah, science club. Or for me, Hanako's the only one left. Obviously, Lily. Lily comes all the way to our class and pick her up. I expect that moving around is at least normally harder for her than it is for Hanako.
That's not what it is. I naturally don't ask about it from Hanako. Despite the relative proximity of our cities, neither tries to strike up a conversation about that or anything else either, so an impressive silence falls upon the classroom. Time passes in silence. It's probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. I turn pages on my notebook. Hanako turns pages with novels she's reading. My pencil had splinters against the paper just when I was about to finish the paragraph. The sound of my irritated silence and subsequent fumbling around for sharpener feels like they're breaking the mood in the classroom. Hanako keeps unfurling from my direction. We're along, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. Hanako. Her name is all it takes to make Hanako jump from Dexter to Lily. Watch Hanako out of the corner of my eye. As she got said that the two we were separated. For a couple minutes, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, looking at the dejectedly. The boredom evidently becomes too much for her, though, her slender frame reaching into her bag and pulling out a small book. Come think of it, that isn't the one I saw her reading at the library. She'll be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. But why would Lily leave to her own devices? It seems to be quite out of the ordinary, going by Hanako's reaction. Oh, that's right. I think Lily mentioned something about going to town today before Rin bumped into us. The thought of that walk makes me look outside. Sorry, I need to blow out my nose again. Sorry. I'm gonna turn off my mic. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I'll just read all that again then. The bright sun and occasional people running around and enjoying the afternoon makes me yearn to get out of school, or at least do something other than sit here. Giving into one of my worst rights, procrastination, I decided that history is a subject best studied on a Sunday, or a Monday, or any day other than this one. I give a grunt as I lift myself out of my seat, briefly debating with myself whether or not to hang out with Kenji. This strikes me as kind of enjoying the nice weather outside with others kind of person, really. I guess I'll catch up with him later. Changing text, I briefly entertained the idea of talking with Hanako. By the time I look at her seat, it's vacant. She must have left for library. There's gotta be something that I can do. What I can do that can kill the time. Okay. Head. I'm gonna save here though. That means we go to the library, my boys. It's a good place to go. Look, Hanako looked as if she was taken up pretty off guard by Lily leaving, so you might want someone to talk to. See my bag over my shoulder and make my way out of the classroom. Walk down the hallway to the library, past a multitude of closed doors. Although each one the sound of a furious rehearsal can be heard, rock music blares out of one door, almost as loud as a concert. I guess that's one of the advantages of private school. There are actually enough rooms to go around at a time like this. And when I think about it, the grounds and buildings of the school are kept in pretty good condition. That can't be too cheap. I've heard that this place has some pretty serious benefactors. The walls of the library only partially insulate the noise of the festival preparations, but they're the only sounds to be heard. Not a soul stirs here, with everyone apparently enjoying the weather outside or working on festival events. Yuko isn't here either. Maybe she doesn't work on Saturdays. Finally walk through the library, fairly familiar with the layout. I head to the back where Hanako's private little corner is. I run along the spines of the books on the way through, viewing the individual texture of each as I glance across the titles. I used to do this all the time at the library at the hospital. Some things never change, I guess. I like the smell of a library. No matter how much care you take, the paper in the books is always going to degrade with time. Probably no matter which library you go to, everywhere in the world, it must have that same musty smell. I find something that looks light enough to read without any major thought involved. Then left for Hanako in the reading area. Once again, she's sitting on a beanbag with her back to a bookshelf, reading the same book she had in the classroom. She's slowly making her way through the pages. Like last time I saw her here, quietly take a seat in the beanbag. The noise is enough to catch her attention, but not sorrow her. This delicate routine that must be followed each and every time I try to talk to her almost feels like a hunting game. Is that the same book as before? Yes. I'm almost finished. Cool. Wonder if I should... Do you mind if I borrow it when you're finished? My mouth is faster than my mind, it seems. Sure, you may not like it, but... I'm sure it can't be that bad. After all, you stuck with it, haven't you? I guess. That's like... A plus flirting there. Because it's very subtle. I settled my bag and set about reading my own book that had been buried in my bag. It's a light novel about pirates. To be honest, I'm barely skimming over the words, having chosen the book merely because it belongs to a different genre than I usually read. I find it hard to muster enough enthusiasm to finish the book. I know, and noting that I've inadvertently distracted Hanako quite a bit, I decided to try and make conversation. So, I see Lily left without you. She nods for taking her eyes off her book. She must have been really into it after all. Lily said she had to go and meet someone. Oh? Akira, her sister. Sister? I haven't heard her talk about her family. She and Akira used to live together. I thought all the students lived in the dorms. We don't have to. But it's easier, right? I mean, there's food here and you're close to school. I don't think I've ever been to class on time so often in my life. Her badly hidden smile proves quite rewarding. Aww. Aww. Back in my mind, I know I have a bit of homework to catch up on, but it's quite comfortable in here. No one can find me and force me into working for their pet project either. Though, now that I'm thinking about the festival, another question comes up. Hey, Hanako, what are you doing for the festival? First for a second, I think that Hanako's about to throw her book in the air from shock. Sorry? She's asking what you're doing for the festival. Anything planned? I don't know. Okay, it's just the way that people do when they don't want you to ask any more questions. I take it large crowds and loud music aren't really her thing. Oh, okay. Change the subject. So, what's Lily's sister like? She's nice. She's pretty like Lily, but she dresses businesslike. Businesslike? She's always wearing a suit. Ah, I see. And that makes her less pretty somehow? Hanako gives an embarrassed shake of her head. So cute! No, just different. I'll admit it, this has got me intrigued. To hear Hanako talk about someone other than Lily is a first. To become married about it too. But as I try to picture this Mr. Sister, all I can think of is Lily in a suit. And I can't imagine that not being attractive. Not at all. Well, one day you have to introduce me to her. Okay. Our brief conversation ends as abruptly as it started, and we both return to our novels. The passage of time is marked only by the gradual movement of the patch of light cast through the window. Slowly, noises from the various hurdles in the building fade out and die as students start to get hungry and tired. Just thinking about that makes my stomach start to turn knots around itself. I think it's time to head back. Think, Lily, we've been back now? I think I might head back to my dorm. I'm pretty tired from this week. Not a word of that is a lie. Moving to a new school as it ramps up from a major event has been taxing, to say the least. I can feel myself nodding off as I read my book.
Oh, okay, I might stay here a little longer.
You know Hanako's book, I can see that she's only a few pages away from completing it. For a moment, I consider hanging around till she finishes it, but once again my stomach turns, emitting a gurgling sound. Sure thing. Well, I'm going to head off before it gets dark. I'll see you around, okay?
Okay, see you, Hisao.
Later. She's smiling so much. She's so cute.
Hisao?
Hmm?
Thank you for hanging out with me.
I can see how hard it was for her to get that simple sentence out of her mouth. At least you're hanging for a moment. So, there is someone in the school who's even lonelier than me. Maybe lonely is the wrong word. I haven't been lacking company for this first week, but I've still managed to feel somewhat alone and detached. Maybe lonely is longer for Hanako too. She has Lily after all, doesn't she? I realize I've been sitting there far too long without answering, and pull off a flawless, not too exaggerated smile. You're welcome. Good night, Hanako.
Good night.
She likes me! Guys, I think she likes me! I need to finish the book and head back to dorms and win the promise of food. Do 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 do. Next day, I wake up feeling lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine since it's Sunday and there are no classes. Not just Sunday though, but the festival as well. From window I can already see some people at the sofa booth singing noodles onto plates for people with a craving for low quality food. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. Oh, sorry. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider those as ominous as others, so I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway, intending to go out and find something to eat. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to out of impulse. Curious if he has any plans, since everyone's doing something. Then again, I appreciate him having to go to summer shelter. Skip. Okay, so I thought I'd get some food first and then check out the attractions. Because that project seemed pretty cool, and I gave a hand with it, so I want to see at least that one and chat with Lily. At least that one and chat with Lily, I guess. Speaking of that, don't you have any obligation for the project? Are you out of your mind? That blind broad is up to no good. I can feel it in my spleen, man. Her presence is like a dark shadow that's in the way of my great vision. As expected of blind people. What? Besides, I thought you were also... He goes up his hand to interrupt me. Only legally. Metaphorically, I can see farther than any man before me has seen. Kenji looks stoically into the metaphorical distance to emphasize the statement, touching his chin to look manlier. Actually, it's just a corridor wall, 2 meters away, but it's all the same. I can see the future of mankind. It's a dark one, unless the threat of woman is stifled. They are everywhere. He fingers the scarf nervously, faster and faster like he's trying to start fire, and slowly begins to calm down once the panic attack finishes running its course. I'm going to have to find some place to hide in, a safe haven, and knock the lights out. I'll hide out of myself so I don't have to experience this horrible day. I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now. Ooh, oof. Don't go to the festival.
Okay. Later, dude. We're so close to Soki, I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. After buying a plastic plate of takoyaki from Saw belonging to the class next to ours, I take a seat in the school gardens and watch people pass as I tentatively nibble away at the rather bland tasting item. I guess I shouldn't complain, it's better than nothing and didn't cost much. As I look out toward the school, watching the people coming and going proves a surprisingly entertaining way of passing the time as I eat. Little children accompanied by parents or grandparents scamper about in the din from event to event, one hand dragging their company and the other bearing an oversized colorful snack. Can't but notice the age range among the people here is skewed towards the elderly. Something that I also noticed when I was walking around town. Especially one of those towns where the only people left are those that lived here their whole lives, or they refuse to leave, and those wanting to live out the rest of their days in one of the usually few tranquil places. I guess that also goes away to explaining how conservative Yamaku's school culture seems to be. Not that I mind one bit, I kind of like how calm Yamaku's surroundings are. The heat, though, is another matter entirely. Sitting in one place for so long has focused my mind on how annoyingly humid it's getting, now that the hottest part of the day is here. I beg to ah! Sound crazy embarrassed, taking me by surprise to stand up, a reaction shared by a few people strolling around as well. Here's some chronicles of life after the tolling bell's end. Its age shows that the principal makes a barely intelligible announcement over it, officially opening the festival that's very much in full swing. Kind of in contrast to pleasant smiles of the older folk against the alternate pain and bored grimaces of the younger charges. Students, on the other hand, seem to pay it little heed. Nevertheless, as the address finally ends, all are united in polite, if not over-enthusiastic applause, and then get back to business. Stuffing a hand in my pocket to look as relaxed as possible, I casually glance around for something to do. It's somewhat difficult to see very far with all the people around. I decide to fall back on a tried and true trusted rule. Go where everyone else seems to be gathering. Right now, that's school courtyard and surroundings. Throwing the used plate into a trash can, I make my way towards the school building. I see the number of stalls around the perimeter of the school building surprises me. Quite a few classes must have opted to have multiple stalls. In deciding which to visit first, I catch sight of a friendly bear with blue patterned border and red text. Lily's stall is as good a place to start as any. I'm curious as to how it's going after all the work she and her class have been doing for it. Stepping up, is that it? Or is that it? What is it? Getting out to it, I began to see why the class takes so long to organize everything. Easily twice as wide as many other stalls, and with equipment for cooking strewn everywhere, it's closer to an outdoor restaurant than a festival event. Blind people are doing this? The student in front of me takes a bowl of noodles and leaves. I walk up to the counter. Google behind seems quite exasperated and asks me to wait a moment for she disappears underneath the counter. Seeing the moment, I take a quick glance around. Steam seems to be rising from everywhere as pots and pans steam away. The most blind of the students are unpacking ingredients while being helped by someone who is probably the lead teacher of 3-2. Doesn't take long to notice Lily among them. Talking with the teacher, she quickly counts out the boxes and packets with her fingers. From her expression and the fact that both she and the teacher seem to be in a state of mild confusion, there has been some problem in coordination. Before I can say any longer, the girl behind the counter pops again, only to look back and ask where the spare change box is. Lily pauses for a moment, for she and the girl switch places at the counter, and the teacher quickly walks off somewhere. Sorry about that. We're having quite a few problems. What would you like? Please have to remember that what I come here for. My eyes quickly dart to the side to read the menu sitting on the counter. Oh, I guess some miso soup? Oh, is that Hisao? Yep, looks like you're pretty busy. The Coca-Cola umbrella, though. Yeah, I know, right? Her face all but confirms it as she drops her waitress facade. Somewhere along the line, our order got mixed up. We're trying to fix it now, but it looks like we only have half of what we needed. Wouldn't serving smaller portions cover over the problem? Seems like that's what we'll have to do, though I wish we didn't. The fact that a good half of our class is gone doesn't help either. I guess mine to see how many people are actually operating the stall. Couldn't be over about 8. I take it that's why your teacher left. That's right, she's going to try and round up a few more of our classmates to help. Hearing the sound of footsteps around me, I suddenly glance back to see an elderly couple taking their place in the line. That's where I stop blowing around chatting. Here's the money for the soup. Soup. Oh, right. Come right up. It turns and calls for a bowl of miso soup as I hand over the money for it. Taking the coins in her palm, I can't help but notice how efficiently she counts them out with her long, pale fingers. Eventually satisfied that I've handed over correct change, she puts it into a small metal tray. It isn't long before the soup is made and carefully handed to her, which she turns and subsequently passes it to me. Thanks. I'll come back to drop off the bowl. Thank you, Sal. Oh, there's one other thing. Have you seen Hanako? Hanako? No, not today. Why? She gives a small sigh of abject disappointment. It's okay. I was just wondering what she was doing for the festival. You'll come back when you're done, then. Sure, I'll keep an eye out for Hanako, too. Thank you, Sal. Walk up from the stall and find your seat, carefully cradling the steaming hot wooden bowl in both hands. Compared to the dumplings from before, this is quite nice. A little cool compared to what it probably should be, perhaps, but the flavor is enough to cover for that reasonably well. As I drink, I can't help but feel somewhat guilty for not being as involved in the festival as others. It can't really be helped, considering I was dropped into the school only a week ago, but it still weighs heavily on my mind.
That and the fact that a few students don't really seem to be enjoying the festival as much as the visitors. Eventually, I finish my bowl and leave for the stall to drop it off. Seeing that there seems to be no line at all, I take my time walking up. Seems the teacher's mission paid up. There are now over a dozen students helping, and most of the packing has been done. Despite most of them seeming quite relaxed as they work, Lee still appears to be somewhat stressed. Lee doesn't look impressed at all, and I can't really blame her. On top of issues with her stall, she still seems worried about Hanako. I can't really help her with the former, so I guess the only way I can help her by trying to take her mind off of our shy mutual friend. Placing the bowl back on the counter, I call out to Lily. Hey Lily, don't worry about Hanako. I'll go find her and hang out with her, okay? I can see Lily's relief plainly written across her face. Thanks, Asao. Hey, if you see anyone from my class, can you tell them to come back here, please? Will do. Have a good one. And make sure you take a break, okay? I will if I can. See you later, Asao. I leave Lily in the stall and head out in search of Hanako. In a way, I feel bad for leaving her with the crowds, but even though she's clearly under pressure, I can't help but think that she's enjoying herself. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Be right back. I'll finish this up once we get to Act 1. Act 2. Alright. Let's see, Hanako's probably either in the library or outside reading. Hold on. Okay. Alright. The halls are packed with swaying crowds meandering throughout the festival. If there's one thing I know about Hanako, it's that she's not going to be anywhere near this. And with students showing their friends and family to their dorm, I doubt she'll be there either. Following blind intuition, I move against the grain of the crowd. Thankfully, the crowd seems to be slightly less festive than the usual festival crowd. I assume this is out of consideration for the student body. As I forge my way through the masses, it doesn't take long for them to thin down to nothingness. This is not surprising, since I am standing before the library. Even those eager students don't bother to show anyone this section of the school. As I enter the library, the noise of the festival fades into a dull background noise, and soon I'm in the reading area at the rear of the room. Behind one of the partition desks, I see the top of a head with straight, dark hair catching my eye. Hey, Hanako, I had a feeling I'd find you here. The head jumps up a little in shock before slowly peeking over the partition. Oh, you're so cute! Sao? Hey, Lily. Hey, Lily's pretty busy, so she sent me to find you. Oh, do you want to sit down? Actually, I'm feeling a bit hungry. Would you like to get something to eat from one of the stands?
I brought some food, so.
I shouldn't be surprised, but it was worth a try. Expecting to go outside today was a long shot. How about we eat in the tea room? I passed by it on the way here and no one was around. You can make some food there and it'll be a little more comfortable. What do you say?
Sure, let's go.
Hanako closes her books and puts it away with deliberate practice movements. Good to go?
Yeah.
We walk side by side from the library to the tea room. I suspect that there's barely a soul around. We went from the murder to the walls. You wouldn't tell. Baba bola. If it weren't for the murmurs to the walls, you wouldn't tell that there was a huge festival going on outside. Hanako carries her bag in both hands and focuses on just the floor ahead of her. Every now and again, she seems to break her pace a little and steps in slightly shorter paces. Oh, why? The first time it happened, I gave it no mind, but I soon noticed that she does it on a regular basis. Are you alright? She stops dead in her tracks.
What?
I don't know. It looks like you were tripping or something. A pink blush rises into her cheeks as her gaze returns to the floor. Yeah, she kept her distance away from me, and now she's getting closer to me. That's called development, my dudes.
It's nothing.
You know, when you say nothing like that, people are inspired to ask further questions. But I don't think she's going to answer. Prepared to leave it be, I almost set off walking in. When?
It's a game.
Oh god. Oh god. Is she going to be more adorable than I thought she was? Game?
Do you see the floor there? Floor here?
That was our question. Looks just like any floor, covering those tiles made up of squares of linoleum. She does what I like to do. She likes to keep stepping in the tiles instead of stepping between them. Nothing, don't worry. Well, yes, what about him? Oh, that's another thing I have to do.
Sometimes when there's no one around, I only step on the darker ones.
Hanko's voice trails off as her explanation continues, and I can hear her voice over the roaring silence of the empty hall. She's so cute. Darker ones? Shuffling her feet, Hanako points the toe of her shoe at a towel that is barely a shade darker than the others.
Like these ones.
Oh right, so these ones are no good. Put out the nearby tile.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I have a feeling he's gonna join in on it, and it's gonna be having a fun time. It's gonna be so fucking cute, and god fucking damn it. Oh, I see. Do you play this game a lot? Hanako shakes her head. Just when the halls are empty. She nods. Well then, no point in stopping. I'm beginning to get really hungry. She nods again, this time with a little more enthusiasm. Well then, let's go. We left down the hall, and this time I noticed that Hanako's paying a little less attention to the floor. I wonder, just how lonely does someone have to be to come up with a game like that? Everyone does that! When I realize what I'm doing, I find myself trying to aim each step so it lands on the correct tiles. Notice the festival slightly louder inside the tea room, but the breeze coming through the open door makes it worth it. That thing, and I walk to the windowsill and inhale deeply. I sometimes forget how clean the air is here compared to back home.
Would you like some tea?
Look at her smile!
That'd be great, thanks.
This occurs to me, this is the first time I've been alone with Hanako without her trying to be somewhere else. Turning from the window, I watch as she makes a simple pot of tea and arranges some sandwiches onto a plate. I've seen her do this before a number of times, but this time she seems slightly different. It's like she's calm. Eventually she places the small small tray on the table and pours 2 cups of tea. Sweet BB. The fresh scent of brewed tea mingles with the breeze. For a second, I feel like I'm the only one in the world. I think I know why you like this room now. I don't know what you mean. Well, there are quite a few people out there, but in here it's like another world. You can pretend that there's no one around for miles. You're right. It's like the world has forgotten this room. And because of that, you can forget about the outside. That would be appealing in some cases. As far as I can tell, conventional bullying doesn't exist in this school. Then again, I haven't seen a single person talk to Hanako besides Lily. If you're ignored by the world, a place where you can forget its existence would hold a special appeal. That's a good point. It's like this room gives you some kind of complete freedom. Yeah. Say, do you play chess? Chess? I played it a bit, I guess. I take it you've played before? A little. Gonna guess it right now. She probably does it with like her mother or her father, and they're dead. They died in a fire. Gonna call it. If I don't get it right, you guys can rack on me. Not saying anything more. Anka moves to one of the cupboards. No, saying she's so quiet you just want to hug her, not let go. That's normal. Anka moves to one of the cupboards and digs out a small chest set. Do you want... Sure, why not? I got off, but she doesn't seem to mind it. You arrange the pieces before long we are sending pawns charging to the inevitable fates. Take my time and intently examine each move and its consequences. Nostalgia for the game taking place to the matters at hand. For a time, the game is a lengthy battle of attrition, but I spot an opening and tear a line in her defense. Years later, her king is cornered by several of my pieces. Checkmate. You're not bad at this, are you? Honest appraisal. Her technique is pretty good, but several times I was able to exploit her lack of prediction. Pick up a piece and examine it. It looks relatively new, yet worn for its age. I guess not. Does Lily play? Yeah, you fucking dumb cunt! The absence of an answer caused me to think about my question. A bit. This is the first time I've played against someone other than her, or... She gets herself up abruptly, leaving the answer hanging in the air. Someone she knew before coming to Yamaku, maybe. We in it! We in it, boys! Well then, I'm honored to have played against you. Can you play again? Sure. As if she were asking me to cut off my own hands. The spirit of competition's got into her? Sure. Don't expect her to go easy on you this time. Not that I was before, mind. She seems to appreciate the competitive tone. Same here. As we're sitting at the pieces, there's a noise at the door. Good afternoon. Lily. Lily. Oh, hey, Lily. Are you finished? You both are here? Wonderful. At any rate, our teacher managed to round up some extra help, so I was able to leave. Have you been here since you left? Pretty much. We've just been playing a bit of chess. Would you like a cup of tea? Actually, I think it might be a good idea to go outside for a little while. The instant drop in Hanuko's face shows her objection to this plan, even though she says nothing. I feel strangely compelled to voice what is plainly in view on her face, but Lily can't see. I kind of think we should just stay here. Really? It's so crowded here that I was thinking we should leave the school and head for a local tea house. You mean the Shanghai? Everyone fucking goes to the Shanghai! Except for Emmy. Of course, with everyone at the festival, it should be practically empty. Tea house? Oh, that's right, you probably don't know of it. There's a tea house not far from here, which we go to every so often. Sounds like a plan. Hanako, what do you think? Hanako isn't being forced into the conversation, but at least she seems less distraught than before. Oh god. If it's a Shanghai, I think it'll be nice. Because it doesn't get much people these days. Well then, it's settled. Let's be on our way. Hanako and I rise from the table in our preemptive chess game. Before I can do anything, Hanako has poured the pieces into a small container and placed the board away. Looks like we're ready now. Please, lead on. Hanako moves to the side and we venture onto the school's corridors. Here leads me through a series of unfamiliar doors and emerge on the side of the building opposite of the festival grounds. Insulated by the heavy stone of the building, the noise from the crowd has faded to a murmur. Strange, I thought that most people would be beginning to leave by now. They were probably here to view the fireworks. Fireworks? Yes, the fair puts on quite a show. A lot of people come from town just to watch them. You guys don't want to watch them? I forgot. This one lives to go around seems to make sense now. Hanako would probably have a hard time with the whole town descending onto the school. Or ascending, as the case may be. For a second time since arriving at Hanako, I find myself walking down this road slowly. Only now that I can barely hear the incessant noise of the festival do I realize how loud it was. I can hear my ears ringing slightly in the still evening air as they recover from the day's assault on them. Hanako clings to Lily, but still manages to guide her along the road. That, and avoiding the occasional gaze from curious pedestrians, appears to be completely sap her constitution. She rarely raises her focus from the ground in front of her, nor does she utter a word. Lily, on the other hand, maintains her prim and proper persona, just as she does in school. It's obvious she purposely puts effort into her appearance, rather than hiding it as Hanako does. It's striking how different they are in their way of holding themselves outside of Hanako ground. That said, it's obvious in both their cases that they do visibly change. In Hanako, everyone is special, which negates the specialness of it. Once we venture outside the school gates, we will return to the status of outsider and generic labels. Especially when we are still in school uniform, it's like hanging a sign around your neck, challenging people to figure out what is wrong with you. Which doesn't show many of the students keep it on. Then again, with canes and wheelchairs coming among the students, I guess it's not really that much of a giveaway. Well, maybe I'm the only one that sees this as a stigma. Maybe you get used to it after a time, like any other school uniform. TL seems fairly standard from the outside, just an ordinary building with typical signs decorating the entrance. Looks like the type of place you'd walk without a thought, just in a generic cafe in a sea of thousands. If Hanako hadn't steered Lily into the entrance, I would have continued on down the road, without ever knowing that it existed. Inside the house, it takes on a more traditional feel. Everything seems to have been made from the same lump of timber, from the counter and benches to the high-backed booths around the wall. But what's striking me in this room is the lack of life. I think I can faintly hear something bubbling away in the background, but otherwise the room was silent. Without any direction, we simply wait near the entrance, politely obeying the "Please wait to be seated" sign. Is this place closed or something? Oh god! Sound of a chair falling over echoes throughout the empty room, and a head shoots out from inside the booth. I want to sleep and welcome to Shanghai. Hugo, dressed in a pastel apron and clutching the menu, rushes to greet us. Her misaligned glasses and ruffled hair cast suspicion on her previous statement. Whether she was super or not isn't the first question that leaves my mind. You work here now? What happened to the library? What? Lily? Miss Al? Welcome to Shanghai! Hugo, still waking up, jerks into a violent bow, dislodging her glasses in the process. Ue! My glasses, nani? Bakana masaka! As I pick up her spectacles off the floor, Lily offers an explanation. Shit. You could work here part-time as well as at the library. It's one of the reasons we like to come here. Yuko takes the glasses from my hands, shakily putting them back on. Yes, that's right. Thanks. Shall I show you your table? There's no one else here, so you can choose your table and order whatever you like. But there may be delays. I will have to make it myself. It's alright, Yuko. Just a pot of black tea and a plate of sandwiches will be fine. Right, I'll get right on to that. Yuko hurries off to the back of the cafe, leaving us still standing at the entrance. She pushes the swinging half doors open before realizing that she hasn't seated us. I'm sorry, please, so I'll be right back. Following her advice, I lead Lily to the nearest booth as Hanako follows. As I begin to sit next to Lily, I realize how appropriate this place is for Hanako. She's so cute. The high-backed booths totally separate you from the rest of the room, and it doesn't look like it gets all that many customers. All the furnishings, from the cushions on the benches to the condiment holders, look dated but aren't overly worn. I wonder if Lily deliberately selects places like this to take Hanako. She seems like the type that would go to lengths to cater to Hanako's unique predicament. So, I didn't know you played chess. Well, not very well, but I do know how to play. I suppose the obvious question would now be, who won? Lily's innocent smile makes me hesitate. I don't really want to look like I'm lording my victory over Hanako. Hisao did. Yes, but not by much. Yeah, saying that out loud makes me feel like I've done something terrible. Well done, Hisao. You've accomplished something I've only ever failed at. Here, thanks. I haven't played in ages, so it felt good to play again. It's good to know I'm better than a blind person. Yes, it did. Hanako fidgets with her hair a little. That's the way she replies, but a small smile emerges. Oh, she smile! Adorable. Adorable. It's a little more extreme of reaction than I expected, right? But still kind of cute in that Hanako way. Cute, cute, cute. It's like Nanako from fucking, I don't know, I just took their names, Hanako and Nanako. Both adorable, but I can date one of them. Thankfully. Only one of them. Hanako from Persona 4 is fucking adorable. It throws me a little off guard, and only Yuko's cosmic re-entry shocks me back into conversation. Alright, there you go. Do you need a hand? I'm fine. I have to do this properly. It's my job. Concentration plays across her face while she stares at the tray in her hands. As soon as I accomplish, will hold them in place. Sadly, this doesn't prove all effective. The cups and saucers slowly dance around, occasionally clattering as they collide with one another. With Vicar, Yuko sits straight down on the table with only the subtlest of crashes. There, see? Well done? Thank you, Yuko. Yuko's head rockets downwards and her distinctive bow for answering. You're very welcome. Would you like to join us? There's something else I'd like to discuss about that recent order, if I may. Ah, that's right. Lily and Yuko were discussing about books when I first met Hanako. It's not Lily helping with the Braille. Yes. We didn't get the chance to go through them, did we? Man. I guess it must be normal for blind people to read with Braille. Because, you know, it's not like they can see it, so they kind of learn to grow reading through feeling. We didn't get to go through them, did we? Yuko hastily sits down next to Hanako. And her dedication to this job only goes as far as her concentration. Once it's broken, she suddenly loses it. I'll be in the library tomorrow afternoon if you'd like to try again. That sounds perfect. I'll meet you there after classes. Lily? Oh dear, that's right. Tomorrow's Monday. How could I have forgotten? I only feel a little out of the loop here. Then again, I've been here for really big, so it's possible to know everyone's schedule.
Well, perhaps you can come to some other arrangement. You will be in the library later in the week. Maybe, but this is already overdue. And there are some things I need. This might be a problem.
Lily paused for a second before discovering the answer. This boy. I wonder, might we be able to enlist the help of another if need be? I wonder, might we be able to enlist the help of another if need be? To do what? You lost me quite some time ago. Being volunteer for someone without even having the slightest idea what's going on isn't really my thing. Here I thought I'd finally escaped the clutches of the student council and their repeated attempts to recruit me. Well, of course, the other day I was helping Yuko sort the new Braille books in the library. Hanako and I usually go shopping on Monday afternoons. It's quieter on that day than on the weekends. Last week, we couldn't go because I was busy with the festival. I managed to slip away later in the week, but Hanako couldn't make it. Well, since I can't read Braille, I'm assuming you'd like me to go shopping with Hanako. Oh, well, since I can't read Braille, I'm assuming you'd like me to go shopping with Hanako. Correct. You were a great help to me the other day. I can get on that. Hanako, what do you think? If you wouldn't mind. So cute. Of course not. I'm not familiar with all of the stores in the area, so it sounds like a good idea. Okay. Now that we have that arranged, shall we have some tea? It's either as our tea has been sitting idly but all the time, getting no hotter. It's our fault. Let me pour that for you. Use that to take hands with iron scepter. She looks in no state to be handling hot liquids. It's alright. I've got it. You already made the tea and sandwiches. You fulfilled your waitress duties, right? I guess. You're good, though, but still watch your tea dish out the assortment. As I'm about to bite into the sandwich, a low rumble can be heard, along with a flash of light across the front side. Ah, I take it the show has started. Only now, looking outside it, I realize the dusk has come and gone, leaving us in the peak of twilight. Sparking traces arc upwards, ready to explode in the flower shapes of fireworks. Let's go watch. Oh, sorry, Lily. Please don't miss the show on my account. From what I've heard, this isn't a bad location to watch them from. Look at her! Look at the good. So fucking adorable. Next to Lily, we rush to the window of the small tree house to watch the show. Show of colored lights plays across Hanako and Yuko's smiling faces, and for a second, I forgot to look out the window. In this totally new world, there are a few things that don't change. I think that's why school makes such a fuss over this festival. It's a chance to show the similarities between everyone. The show is over all too quickly. Fireworks are expensive, even for the most well-funded schools. Ah, she's so cute. We're returning to our tea and sandwiches. Hanako turns to me. But thanks for today. And tomorrow. That's okay. I don't think that I could have faced those crowds either. Days like this is more likely to spend some time away from everyone. Don't you think? Yeah. Anyway, we've been delaying this tea for far too long now. Let's get back. Sure. Oh, so cute. Return to the booth and our light meal. That sounded impressive. Bigger than last year's at least. Yeah, it was great. I've never seen him put on such a show. It gets better every year. I'm afraid, however, that during that time, the tea has gone cold. Oh no, let me make some more. This is my fault. Calm down, Yuko. It's nobody's fault. I take a sip of my cup just to prove the point. The tea isn't too bad cold anyway. It's like an iced tea. Really? Yes, really. If you add a bit of sugar, it's kind of nice. Are you sure? I'm positive. Why don't you sit down and we'll finish this together? It's interesting. It's very interesting, like, how much Hisao changes in between certain girls. In Emmy's, he's a little bit more confident, a little bit more, but he's also pretty much a dumb fuck when it came to like, understanding women, or understanding what was being basically implied. As for Shizune, he became more confident, he became more competitive. You learn sign language. In this one, His style seems to become much nicer. He seems to become very caring and very, very, accommodating. You know? He doesn't even come in, but sits down regardless. He measures out 5 teaspoons of sugar and adds them to your tea. Or I said a bit of sugar. I know, but I like my tea sweet anyway. You step here into a cup. As expected, hardly any of the sugar dissolves in the cold liquid. She does it twice before turning up turning the cup and drinking the contents, sugar and all, in a single mouthful. Alright, that's not bad at all. Good. I look back to Lily and Hanako, both of whom have finished their meal, as I witness Yuko's personality in action. I want to hold anyone up. I use her tactic and finish the remainder of my tea in a single swallow. Well then, seems we're all finished. Should I back now, or do we want seconds? This just shows that this is quite clearly not a good idea. I think that it would be best if we got back soon. You do have to get back for curfew after all. Oh, that is a good point. I'll meet you tomorrow, Yuko. I'll be looking forward to it. Lily, goodbye, everyone. We make our way out of the small tea house and into the dark of the night. Lily and Hanako once again take point. Under the cover of darkness, Hanako seems slightly less stressed than she did on the trip here. We move against occasional group of people emptying the school grounds, but Hanako seems to lead us along a few other roads, avoiding the bulk of the crowd. Yeah, the art's done. Outside the dorms, the school seems strangely quiet when compared to the noise of the day. Well then, thank you both for today. I think I learned a lot. You're most welcome, but I'm afraid that I really must be going. Today's been a long day. That's right, Lily spent all day on her feet, and I can imagine that walking outside the school would be pretty tiring for her. A few bank ago, I remember that I was probably the only one in school that got up around 10 this morning. Sure thing. Well then, I'll see you both tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Sal. Night. Girls turned to her room, and I to mine. Actually, I consider it. Today tired me out as well. Oh, no! I knew it was coming, but I wasn't ready. Oh my god. That was one of the most beautifully animated things I've seen in a while. Alright, that's it. As I said, only to act 2. That was just sure, there's Emmy's ones, and not many of, I don't think any of Shizune's were animated that much. But that was above and beyond what I've seen them being capable of doing. And I am just more than impressed with that animation. That was beautiful. I don't really know what else to say. I'm gonna go to the main menu because apparently there's some extra shit. Jabak Gallery Library Cinema. I guess that means we can actually go back and watch. Yeah, the raising the hand was a bit fast, but you know. Yeah, how fast he raised his hand, yeah. It was a bit weird, but I mean, it wasn't just that, just the part where the camera's sweeping around Hanako with all these people going around her and she's just feeling so overwhelmed. Hold on, wait, I want to see where's her okay, her picture starts off here and it'll probably go up here as it goes on. I just kind of want to see the animation again. Oh, I didn't see the kiss. Oh my god. Oh, so cute. Oh, I think I'm gonna really like this route. I have a feeling this might be my favorite route because it's just I'll be out. But yeah, like people who worked on this, they did a really spectacular job with that animation. So, good work on that. And I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy this one a lot. I'm sure I'm gonna cry. I'm probably gonna cry in this route. I have no doubt on that. Anyway, next weekend we will continue and cry together. Sorry. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching.